we don't do those ones and twos here. We do 777 here. So if you got, when Ryan's asking for one or two, give him sevens, and we're 777s here.
No worries. I'll try and remember. I'll try and remember. So guys, first question, whenever I go onto any training like this, because I go on a whole bunch of them, the first question that I always think is this webinar worth my time? And it's the same question I'm going to ask to you. Is this webinar worth your time? That's probably what you're thinking right now. Now, I can tell you that it is worth your time because we're going to be showing you so many cool things on this webinar. First off, we're going to be showing you how to get clients to approach you for free that are happy to pay $1,000 to $3,000 per video. Now, you don't have to create those videos, by the way. Now, the cool thing about this is they'll also happily pay you $1,000 or more as a retainer. But not only that, what I want to stress to you right now before we dive into the meat and potatoes is that this training gets an absolute disgusting level of results. Now, you're going to hear from my partner and one of my friends, Brandon, today. You're going to see his huge track record of success. But what I want to stress to you guys is you're going to see the exact tactics that we're going to show you on this training that Venko was able to go out and get his first £6,000 worth of sales. That's about $10,000 shortly after going through this training. And the crazy thing is, in fact, it's not 64, Jamie, get your facts straight. It's 66 pages of testimonials of these. Now, as you can see, Kristen here, $3,900 in monthly recurring sales after going through this training. This is a cool one. I showed this to Jamie when we was in Venice. This came in last week. It's Mel, who's part of our gone through this training, $1,750 up front, then $1,750 per month within 10 days of going through this webinar. That's the crazy thing about this. Jim, $1,500 for the video, $1,200 in monthly recurring. Ryan, $82,922 the first 12 months after going through this course. The results just go on and on and on. $6,000 per month on a 1-year contract after coming off this webinar. Julia got her first 5-figure day. Adrian, $4,000 per month recurring deal. Jonathan here added $10,000 to his monthly recurring income. Now, I'm going to stop here because we could probably do this whole hour of this training going through all of these because we have 66 pages of these testimonials. Okay, very, very cool stuff. Now, the reason you're seeing results like this is because they copied Brandon. Now, Brandon's going to jump on here in a little bit and like I said, I could show you all the results, all the money that he's making, all the other people that he's helping, but there's one thing that I want to really focus on in this webinar. And that one thing is this. Brandon's able to go out and get local businesses paying him $1,000 to $2,000 per month within 30 days, anytime he wants. You can see here on the screen, this was an actual sale for a yoga studio, $958. And you can see there's actually 10 of them just behind that. This was a screenshot from his account. We're actually going to show you this live case study of how Brandon went out there, closed 10 yoga studios at $1,000 per month in less than 30 days, just going over the stuff we're going to give you for free on this training. Now, hopefully I get this right and Jamie's not going to give me a hard time. Question that I have for you guys, give me a 777 in the chat box.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Give me a 777 if you think you would be able to go out and create an online business with these 3 things in place. Number 1, if you already knew that you could consistently get clients to approach you for free, so you don't have to go out there and do all of this hard sale nonsense that no one wants to do. And these people that approach you already know the price points, and they're willing to pay you $1,000 to $3,000 per video and $1,000 per month as a retainer. If you could already do that, also if you had a proven converting pitch that's done for you, you don't have to do this. Something that's already done for you, selling a product that they desperately want, and you could easily get them a large amount of results with very little effort and input into this. Give me a 777 if you could make money and grow a business online. Yeah, of course, lots of 7s coming in. Now, of course, that's a loaded question. You know that and I know that, but that's exactly what you're going to be seeing today. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating. Okay, you're literally going to see the special email that we send out. You're going to see the closing process. You're going to see how to specifically deliver the results. You're going to see how to make the videos or how to get that outsourced. You're going to see how to scale that up to $10,000 plus per month. You're going to see behind the curtains and behind the scenes of everything. Now, what I also need you to know, if you're new to this, okay, if you've never heard of local consulting or, you know, selling video services to local businesses or any of that stuff, you know, how many people, I'm going to go against Jamie now just so I can see, so there's not too many sevens. Give me a 3 if you've never really heard or thought about this stuff. Let me have a look in the chat box.
Yeah, Don, Lynn, Sonia, Scott, Ake.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's frozen. Ah, it's just come up on my side. Lots of 3s coming in. Okay, so for you guys that haven't thought about doing this, haven't thought about this business model, or it's not really been in your realm of possibility, just so you guys know, you know, this requires no upfront investment and no inventory. It requires no prior experience. There's no money that you have to spend, you know, loads of money on ads. You can start for free. And this is the thing about this. There's no big learning curves and there's no wait times to get profitable when you know how. Now, having said that, I want to be ethical with you guys. I want to level with you. Obviously, you know, we can't guarantee that you're going to get the same results as the people that you're going to see in this live training. You know, and the long story short, we don't know you. Or I don't know you. Maybe a couple of people like Arthur and those guys. You know, we don't know your work ethic. We don't know your life situation. So we can't really guarantee that you're going to get any results from this. We can't guarantee that. And, you know, I don't want to sit here and tell some newbie that's starting out that they're going to be making millions of dollars per month, because I certainly can't guarantee that. But what I can guarantee is that you're going to see the exact same strategies that got those guys that I showed you at the start of the webinar those results. Okay, guys making multiple thousands of dollars in sales shortly after going through this course. Okay, people like Michael, again, completely different testimonial here, closed an $8,000 front end sale and a $4,800 back end sale. That's recurring every single month. Howard, 12-month retainer for $18,000. Ryan, one of the superstars that you saw earlier, 82 grand in his first year. He's scaled way past that now. Okay, lots of exciting testimonials because people actually get results through going through this stuff. Now, why is that? What makes this so different? Now, the reason why this webinar is different to, you know, and Jamie, I hope you don't mind. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be frank with everyone now, okay?
Yeah, man, they love it. Listen, everybody on here, most of them are my friends. They've been with me for about a year or so, if not a little bit longer, and they like transparency. They really want you to just shoot straight with them.
All right, man, cool. So, guys, you know, the reason why this webinar is different, you know, there's a lot of people that can or sell you this or tell you that you can sell videos to clients and, you know, you can provide video services to clients and do all of that, but that's saturated, okay? And this is where I want to be frank. Businesses aren't really interested in that. And see if this resonates with you. What local businesses are interested in is results. They're interested in leads. And we're going to be showing you how to deliver those leads to local businesses using video without luck and without a brutal learning curve. Okay, it's not theory, it's not made up. We've got hundreds of people that are using these tactics to run profitable local consulting businesses because the niche is actually booming and it's massively underserved. Okay, the reason these methods do so well and the reason that they have more success than anyone else is because we automate the client getting process, okay, to make local businesses come to you wanting your services. And that's really the secret sauce that we're going to dive into in this training, because that's how we've been able, and you know, how Brandon's gone out and developed this method and really got, you know, an insane amount of testimonials. It's because of this. He's been able to automate the client getting process. You don't have to chase anyone up. You know, local businesses come to you wanting your services. And that's what we're going to be actually showing you on this webinar. Now, give me a 1 if that's something you're interested in, something you want to learn about, and you want to dive in and get started.
Yeah.
Lots of 1s. And who's that doing it? Scott, lots of 7s. There you go, Jamie. Loyal follower. 777. So this is the goal for this web class. My goal for this web class is we're going to show you how to attract clients for free or extremely cheaply. We're going to show you how you can easily close a client in 7 days without being salesy. We're going to show you, or we're going to give you the ability to provide video marketing for businesses at these price points, either $1,000 to $3,000 up front, and then $1,000 plus per month. And you don't have to make your videos yourself by doing this, by the way, which is going to be a cool strategy we're going to show you in this training. And then we're going to show you how you can scale this to $15,000 per month, working less than 5 hours per week. Okay, that's what Brandon's been able to do. He's actually scaled to $30,000 per month. Now he's just, working a couple of hours a week and doing $15,000 a month because he's working on other projects. And this is our big promise. You're going to be able to get your first client paying you money within 7 days. Now, if you stay to the end, again, you guys have been on these trainings before, you know the score, okay? Like Jamie said, we're gonna shoot it straight with you guys. This is an ethical bribe. We appreciate your attention, we appreciate your concentration. So these are the bonuses that we're gonna give you by sticking with us to the end. We're gonna give you the magic email script so you can go out and do this, completely free. You're gonna get this right at the end of the training. We're gonna show you where you can go and get it. We know that a lot of you guys are using video already. So Brandon, how he actually started out, you're gonna hear in a second, he started out with video ranking. He's an absolute wizard at that. So we're gonna give you his video ranking guide. And how I actually made my first $1 million online was through product launching. I used video to do really big product launches. Now, I used to have a program for $2,000. It was called Black Belt. It was a coaching program about product launching. I'm gonna give you that as well, again, because it can add some value and it's an ethical bribe to keep you guys all the way to the end, okay?
Can I ask you a question on the email script?
Go for it.
Yeah, is that the email script? Is that the email that they would send out to potential customers?
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh, you just bring it on, buddy.
No, it is. It's literally the exact copy and paste script. You don't have to do a single thing. You can send it out to potential clients. It's the exact one that we're going to show you. It's the exact one that Brandon used to close the 10 yoga studios in less than 30 days at $1,000 per month. Insane.
Ryan, I'm sorry for interrupting. I really like that because I teach a lot in my webinars. I teach a lot of doing, contacting people on Facebook and sending them specific messages. So, and I like action steps like that they can just take this email and send it out to a specific niche and start generating customers. I love that, man. Thank you very much.
No worries, bro. So, guys, let me just show you who you're going to be listening to, then we'll dive straight in. So my name's Ryan Phillips. I've got a tech company, an education company. We're in multiple different niches. We're in the weight loss market. We're in the actual survival and preppers market with the SAS, the British Special Forces. But my main thing is our software company. And again, we generate 6 figures, depending on what the month is, multiple 6 figures per month. And what I'm trying to get to you guys, there's a lot of people out there that their business is teaching people how to be in business. Okay, now I'm not one of those people. Okay, there's a lot of people that make money doing that, Tai Lopez and those guys, but I've built my 7-figure business by actually being in business in multiple different markets. Anything that we do that's educational and to put value out into the marketplace, that's something extra. Okay, and that's what I'm all about. And again, I could show you all of the all the hypey stuff, the fancy cars, or there's a Chinese lady that calls me the captain who lives next to me. And I said to her, why'd you call me the captain? And she's about 1,000 years old, really tiny, dead cute. And she goes, oh, it's because you fly the spaceship. And I just burst out laughing and gave her a big hug. And it was just, she calls me the captain now. It's really funny. And I can show you all this stuff, the cars, the masterminds. Alex Becker's my mentor, a very expensive coaching program. I travel the world with Peter Sage and his Master's Circle program. And, all of that stuff is not what I'm most proud of. What I'm most proud of is the fact that I can live life on my terms. I can do what makes me happy, which is actualize my values, which are adventure, excitement, growth, and contribution. In fact, here you can see I'm learning how to cook. On the left-hand side, I'm really bad at it, but I'm learning how to do it. I dance as a hobby. I teach 1 martial arts class a week just for fun. And also, I always like to put this on just to let people know that I can rock the shit out of a funky suit, especially if it's at Glastonbury Festival, as you can see here. Okay. Now, the thing is with this, guys, again, I can talk about me and do all that stuff all day, but you're not here specifically to learn from me. And the reason why is because I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the world's greatest local consulting guru, because too many people give themselves that crown. I'm not going to do that. Okay, I know a lot about internet marketing. I make a good amount of money online, but I want to introduce you to the person that's making an absolute killing with local consulting and also helping other people to do that. Okay, me and Jamie want to introduce you guys to the best of the best. When I say that, I don't say that lightly. Okay, you're going to meet Brandon Lucero. Now, hopefully this is not going to explode GoToWebinar. Brandon, can you hear me okay?
I can. Can you guys hear me?
There we go. Give us a just to mess with Jamie. Give us a six in the chat box if you can hear Brandon.
Don't put 666 in the chat box. No. Oh my gosh.
I'm just playing. Okay, cool. So, guys, quick backstory about Brandon. Okay, cool thing about Brandon is he's got again the craziest track record that I've ever seen in the local consulting space using video, and you can see all the recurring sales here. More testimonials. Phil, $18,000 in the last 30 days. He's actually doing 30K plus per month now, all from what he learned from Brandon. And the cool thing is right now, you're in the same spot as him. He basically left college, played around with a few things, got started playing with YouTube videos whilst having to move in with his mum, with his wife supporting him. Probably started off in a worse position than a lot of people on this training right now. He struggled for a couple of years before he started seeing some success selling video services to local businesses. And Brandon, how long was you kind of in that, trying out things, struggling stage, online before you started seeing some success with your local video consulting stuff?
It took about 2 years to really turn it to an income that we could live off of and do really well with. And there was a couple moments and a couple things and a couple shifts that had to happen in order for it to really take off, which we'll talk about today on the training. But one of them was just turning everything to a recurring business model and then actually knowing the value that you're providing a business, and charging based off the value instead of just hours worked. So it's like shifting from that employee mindset to an actual business owner mindset was the biggest thing. But I mean, I was banging my head against the wall for probably 2 years, living in my in-laws' extra bedroom.
And guys, the business owner mindset that Brandon's talking about, this is what I was saying at the start of the webinar. His breakthrough didn't come from some loophole or some hack that some person's peddling. Brandon's breakthrough came from finding out 2 years of struggling, but he found out what local businesses would be willing to pay monthly for. Like he said, the recurring business model is where it's at. He doubled down on that and then scaled up. So again, the key isn't some magic bullet. It's not some crappy method. What this is about is executing one process and then scaling that process. And I want everyone listening right now to know that it's from a simple process. It's not from something that you can't do. It's not from some secret loophole. And that's what we're going to be covering today. So this is the business model. This is essentially how it works. Guys, give me a number 4 in the chat box. You ready to actually dive in to the meat and potatoes of the training now?
I'm ready. Let's see who. Terry, Glenna, Julie, Cynthia, Ken, William, Bob. There's my buddy Bob's here. Ann, Barry, Don, Joy, everybody. Ron Duvall's in the house. What's going on, Ron? Everybody, we're ready. CJ, let's do this.
Let's get into it. So 2 things I want to show you. First, this is from a 30,000 foot view, essentially how the business works. You have local businesses that want more clients. Okay, like you can see on here, a dentist. It can be a yoga studio, a spa, a martial arts school, a storage unit warehouse. There's gazillions of local businesses that want more clients. What you need to do is show them that you can get them more clients and they pay you to do it for them. Dead simple. Again, we're chunking this down into 3 easy, bite-sized chunks. The local businesses want more clients. We're going to show you right now, our number 1 strategy to get in $2,000 plus clients contact you, wanting you to do the work for them, already knowing the price point. Okay. The middle ground that sandwiches in between the clients coming to you and them actually paying you is you showing them how to get results. And you can do that without doing any of the work yourself. And I think you're going to be very surprised at how little work goes into this for the amount of money that you're going to get back. and then they pay you to do it for them. Okay, and again, we're going to show you right now how you're going to get your first $2,000 client in 7 days, and you're going to scale it to $10,000 per month.
Love it.
So,
love it.
This is how it works, more drilled down. These are the actual pieces we're going to cover on this training. First, you build your database. Now, this is, again, let's say it's yoga studios. I live in the Midlands in the United Kingdom. So the building the database bit is just knowing all of the yoga studios in your area that you're going to want to work with and do business with. Dead simple, dead easy. Stage 2 is you deploy what we call the interest process. Now, the interest process is how we send out this special email, and what it does in the copy and where they actually go to without you doing a single thing is it gets them to want to work with you, already knowing the price point, literally pulling your arm off, trying to get you to deliver these results to them. Okay, part of that process is you receive these automated client bookings. Again, we're not getting on the phone, we're not we're not calling people up, we're not doing any cold calls, we're not doing any of that. Now, where it moves into the second phase of this business model is when we trial close the clients. So again, this first section, we build our database. Let's say it's yoga studios. We send out the email. The email sends them to where they can automatically book in with us, and they already know the price. So that's where the trial close comes in. Okay, again, all automated. You don't even have to speak to anybody. Now we go into the second phase of this. We run what we call the proof campaign. Now, the proof campaign is a couple of days where we show them we can get results for them. Okay, then we do a results report, because of course the local businesses, when they want to know that you can get them results, which is easy. We're going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to show you the ads. We're going to show you how Brandon did it with the yoga studios right now. Then all we do is collect the money. Okay, because remember, in stage 4, when people have contacted you, they already know the price point. Okay, they just want to see that you can get them results. We're going to show you how to do that. Then you collect the money. That's how this business works. Then it's scaling to, to the moon. Okay, now what I want to stress to you, because we are going to cover scaling at the end of this training as well, is I want to stress that once you get your first client, once you get that process down, it's easy. After that, you're coasting downhill. The hardest part about this business is getting that first client and closing them. Because when you got that first client, it's super easy to scale fast. Okay, and that's why we're going to break down the hardest part of this on this training for you. So you can go out after this training and go and do this. Okay, because once you got the process down, you just scale in different cities, in different areas, just like Brandon did. Okay, as you can see here, once you've got one yoga studio that's paying you $1,000 per month because you've got them results, then all you do is you go to the yoga studio on the opposite side of town. Okay, then you've got 2 people. Then now you're making $2,000 per month. Then you go into the next city down. You've already got results. You just rinse and repeat. You duplicate in different cities. 3 grand becomes 5 grand, and this is per month. 5 grand becomes 10 grand. Super fast. Okay.
Hey, let me ask you something real quick, Ryan. Let me jump in here. Can you go back to the last slide? Just real quick. Here's what I want everybody to do real quick for me. I want you guys to take action with me throughout this whole webinar. Will you guys all do a quick screenshot of this so you have this? I know a bunch of you guys are writing some stuff down. Just go ahead and do a quick screenshot real quick so you have this. Build your database, deploy the interest process, receive the automated client bookings, the trial close, which is really what interests me about this whole thing. When Ryan was sharing with me that, you're going to have these customers reaching out to you based off of how you do the interest process. That's what really got me fired up for all of you guys, because I know you guys are busy with what you're doing and some of the stuff you're already implementing. To start having clients reach out to you based off of you sending out emails and getting them to just get a little bit of interest in what you're doing, I think is phenomenal. So just do a quick screenshot of this so you guys have it for later on, so you don't have to write any more down. All right, Ryan, sorry about that, buddy.
No worries. And what we'll do as well, if you want us to, I'll make these slides into a PDF and you can send them out to everyone that stays to the end. How about that?
That's wonderful. I would really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Give me a 777 if you're cool with me sending you guys this PDF. That'll be awesome. Yes,
no
everybody
worries.
loves it.
My pleasure. Now, guys, again, the big secret is automation and duplication, because I'm going to speak for Jamie, and correct me if I'm wrong. I know Brandon's story. I know my own story. we always get stuck in this thing working harder, and our brains are wired to think if we put more time and energy in, we're going to get more output out, but it doesn't work that way. All the most successful people in the world, they work smarter, not harder. Okay, just like, you can see on here, Adam Lucero on the left. This is actually Brandon's brother, and you can see I have 10 yoga studios we're about to start for. Laugh out loud. Did the guy ever send you his ad sets? I'll try and space them out until we figure out what works. Brandon replies, talk about first world problems. Nice, but let's worry about this next week. I have too much going on right now. Don't run anything until then. It'd be nice to have too many clients that want to work with you, knowing the price, and you have to tell these 10 clients, which are going to be an extra 10 grand in recurring revenue per month. We'll just sort them out next week. A nice problem to have, right? This was in November, December time. You can see the order date, December 10th, 2017. But you can see here, okay, December on the behind this screenshot, December 15th, 14th, 12th, 10th, 9th. These are all the recurring payments that are coming in from the 10 yoga schools they closed in less than 30 days. Very cool stuff. Now
you keep saying yoga studios. It doesn't have to just be yoga studios. It can be a karate studio. It can be a chiropractor. It can be a doctor, a dentist. It can be any type of business, correct?
Exactly. There's so many to choose from. There's a lot that you don't want to do, and Brandon's going to get into why in a second. But there's a whole bunch that work really well. The only reason I keep mentioning yoga studios is because that's the example that we're going to be showing you as a live case study right now. Now, talking about live case studies and closing clients, because we're going to show you exactly how to do this, I want you to future pace with me for a minute. So I want you to imagine that you pick a local niche, just like Jamie said. It can be a dentist, it can be a yoga studio, it can be whatever. You use this process that we're going to show you, which is sending a special type of email to get that business to come to you, asking to work with you. There's no chasing, there's no hard sell tactics. Then you get them results and drive them leads by doing simple Facebook video ads. Again, using the process we're going to show you. Then you go to another city or another area, you do the same by copying what you've already done. Remember, working smarter, not harder. Instead of having $1,000 per month recurring income, now you have a $3,000 per month recurring income coming in. Then you just go to the next area, it moves to $5,000, then $10,000. Okay, let me know in the chat box if that type of money would change things for you, would change your situation. Give me a why in the chat box if it would. Maybe you'll be able to contribute more to your friends and family, your loved ones. Maybe you'd be able to increase your lifestyle and the goals that you have with that. Okay, very cool. So now we know the overview of the whole system. Okay, we kind of understand it up, conceptually. Let's dive into the nitty gritty, the tactics, exactly how this works. So this is the opportunity that you got right now. 90% plus of local businesses are not doing any form of paid lead gen on social media, but they know that they should be. Okay, this is actually one of my friends, Josh Wardle. It's a WhatsApp message. He runs a martial arts school in my town. You can see here, he's screenshotted his Facebook ad account saying, can you help us with this shit? And I said, let me send you some ads to model, because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's a martial arts instructor. That's what his focus should be. Then he said, okay, mate, I ain't got a clue. Okay, business owners know they should be getting leads and marketing online. They don't know how to do it. Okay, and this is the big difference in local consulting. Like I said, a lot of people are trying to sell videos or social media management and all that stuff, and they're having very little, if any, success, because the bottom line is the only thing that local businesses are happy to pay consistently for month after month is leads. That's all they're interested in. And this isn't optional. Okay, you must evolve to provide what the business wants, or you'll be out of business yourself. Okay, I'll say that again. Okay, you have to provide what the business wants, or you will be out of business yourself. Now, it's not hard, but you've got to move over to this kind of method of thinking. Okay, so here's the deal. Like Brandon alluded to earlier, if you had a yoga studio that charges $50 per month and the average client stays for 10 months, that's an average customer value of $500. Now, if you get them 10 new clients in a month, very possible to do, that would be $5,000 in new business for the studio. Now, would you pay $1,000 to get $5,000 back? Give me
Yeah.
a 777 in the chat box if you would. Yeah. Hell yeah, said any business owner
Yep.
ever. Okay. And it's not hard when done right. As I said, Brandon did this in less than 30 days. He closed 10 yoga studios at $1,000 per month. That's what we're going to show you. Specifically, how to land your first $2,000 client in 7 days, how to get them results without doing any of the work yourself, and how to scale this baby to $10,000 per month. Now, before I hand this over to Brandon and let Brandon actually get into the tactics and the nitty gritty things of what you need to do to start with how to land your first 2K per month client in 7 days, if you got a drink of water, take a big sip, stay hydrated. Give me a 777 in the chat box if you're ready. And Brandon, hopefully I'm not going to blow this up. Or Jamie, can you flick this over to Brandon?
I sure will, man. I'm so pumped right now. I can't stand it. Okay, I want Brandon on here as quick as possible. Hold on,
And it makes sense, right? The business model, it just makes sense. Local businesses want leads. We're going to show you how to provide it and automate the whole process so you don't have to slug out getting clients. It's literally, if I had to start again from scratch, this is what I would do. I wouldn't start a software company. I wouldn't do info publishing. It's the best business model that I've seen. Ecom, Amazon, Shopify, you need lots of upfront inventory. You need to put a lot of money into it to get started. This is literally the quickest and easiest way you can get started. So yeah, let's hand it over to Brandon. Let's get this.
Okay, so Brandon, did you get notification you should be organizer now?
I am an organizer, yeah.
Okay. And
I don't think I'm the presenter yet.
let me do that too. Here we go.
Cool.
Do you see that?
Looks like I got it. Can you guys see my screen? I'm going to flip in between two slides right now. Did you guys see that?
Yes. And Brandon, just real quick, man, I know you're busy and you're slam doing, you guys are rocking. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming on and doing this for us. I mean, this is so awesome. When Ryan told me all about this, I just got so super excited for our customers here. So thank you for joining us, man. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here in front of you guys. And this is what I love doing. I love helping people make more money. I mean, it just helps people live a happier life and be happier, and the more happy people we have on the planet, the better this planet's going to be. So thanks for having me.
Love it. Yes,
Yep.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Well, let's just hop into it. So what I want to do is hop right into the content, right into the nitty gritty, and we're not really going to hold anything back. I'm just going to give you guys the exact process, and we're going to show you exact ads. We're going to show you exact copy, emails, and everything. So here's what we're selling. I think you guys get the gist of it, but I really want to reiterate what we're selling, because in my opinion, and this is why I think this business model is one of the best ones out there, is because we get the best of both worlds. Most people make a lot of money because they know how to scale high ticket items, or they know how to make recurring revenue. We get to do both, which is the most amazing thing in the world. So when we go out and we're pitching video to business owners, we get to charge $1,000 to $2,000 for a video, which is, in my opinion, like when you're charging and that's a minimum, by the way. So when you're charging $1,000 to $2,000 for a single video, all the way up to $5,000, that's, in my opinion, pretty high ticket item. But the beautiful part about that is that business owners don't give a crap about like video. I mean, they might to some degree, but they're not walking around every single day going like, oh, I just wish I had a video. They're walking around going, I just wish I had more customers. And so what we're able to do is come in and give that video that we make for them the exposure and the marketing, which is what they really want. And that's where we get to charge the recurring revenue. So we get to charge $2,000, $3,000 for a single video, and then we get to charge them $1,000 a month. I mean, that's the most amazing business model in the entire world, in my opinion. So what this model does, and this is the problem that I made, is this model allows you to take less than 20 clients and give you an extra 6 figures of revenue in your business, which is reoccurring. In my opinion, it's the fastest and easiest path to scaling any business beyond 6 figures and even up to 7 figures. Now, this is just one of our SamCart accounts right now, where we have recurring revenue of $13,000. And I'll tell you guys right now, I started this a few years ago. We have clients that are now paying us 10 grand a month. Like a single client is paying us $10,000 a month for marketing and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're going after bigger and bigger and bigger businesses. We go after the local stuff, but we're starting to go after the bigger businesses have bigger marketing budgets. And we literally have single clients that are worth 6 figures to my business right now. And This is why this model is so freaking amazing. So the number one strategy that we have, and if getting $2,000 plus clients contacting us, is basically going to be like, we kind of want to separate ourselves from everyone else. Like, these people are getting their doors knocked down by people trying to sell them stuff. I approach them with a completely different approach. I add value first and say, like, let me bring you some customers. And when you can make that switch, you open these doors wide open. So here's the thing. The biggest problem that people face in business is actually closing high-end clients, because they think the selling part is hard. But what we've done is we flipped it. The selling part of this is the easiest part. So I brought my brother on a few months ago, and as you guys saw, he took over, and I just showed him the exact process, and he was able to get 10 businesses while he was traveling. He wasn't even working inside the company. He was like traveling, and he sent out the emails in the process, and he came back. He's like, yeah, we got 10 more businesses. And I was running the whole thing, and I was just like, I can't handle this right now. So we had to keep doing it. But the hardest part, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now and be upfront on, with you guys, is the hardest part is actually going into a certain niche and just figuring out what's the offer that's going to work, what's the marketing that's going to work with that niche. Once you figure that out, the client getting is the easiest part, but once you figure out the offer that works for your client, it's all about scaling. You just go after yoga studio after yoga studio, or dentist after dentist after dentist. So what we've been able to do is figure out how to make this entire thing a process. Now, remember, the switch we have to make that I kind of touched on already is you don't go in trying to sell anything. That's the biggest thing. People try to cold call, and they try to email, and they try to walk door to door like, hey, have you ever thought about, Facebook ads? Or have you thought about video? Have you thought about this? Or, hey, I'm a local marketer. The red flags come up. You need to start a conversation with these people, and you need to lead in with something that they want. Open the door, do something different that most people aren't doing. And most people are not willing to put in a little bit of work, which is really not even a lot of work at all, to bring them some kind of results first, so that they can build the relationship. And once that process is done, like, you put the guards down, those red flags that they come up, like, this person just wants my money, they go away. And so the biggest question is, like, how do we avoid getting put in that slimy category? And once you understand this process, and once you guys understand this one concept, you're never going to have to worry about sales again.
Okay,
So
Brandon, can I jump in real quick?
Yep.
I just need to ask everybody real quick. I'm sorry. You guys know that my niche is going to be real estate. I'm going to go after real estate with this stuff. Okay. I want to know real quick, put it in the chat box, what niche, or if you have 2 or 3 that you're still going to decide from, just real quick in the chat box, put what niche you're going to go after with this stuff. I need to see what you guys are doing. You guys know I'm doing real estate, Alita senior housing, roofing, my buddy Terry in Anaheim's on real estate, roofing, chiropractors, vets, roofers, medical niche. Okay, I get it. Pain management, car sales, HVAC coaches, attorneys. Alex, okay, got it. Taxidermist. Oh, William Wallace with the are you a hunter or something, William? Let's see here. Chiropractors, interior design. Okay, good. So a lot of spas. Oh, I like the spas. That's probably a good one. So all these sound pretty good to you, right, Brandon?
Yeah,
Lawyers,
they're all great.
reflexology.
Essentially what it is, and we'll kind of go through what qualifies a great business to me, but any business that needs local customers is going to be one that works. There will be a few.
Design.
What's that?
Interior design. I love it,
Yeah.
Fedora.
I love it. That's amazing. So basically what we want to do is make that shift here. So we'll get into the details and that stuff right now, but basically instead of approaching these people and going like, hey, I'm a marketing company, we approach them and go like, hey, can I send you some customers like for free next week? Is that cool? We want to feature one dentist on Facebook, and guess what? It opens doors like crazy. So that's kind of what our email is going to look like. We'll dive into it right now. Here's step one. So get your notepads out, get ready to take some screenshots. We're going to get into the details now. Step one is building your database. So I love that you guys already kind of have this idea of the businesses you're going to work with, because step one is actually picking your niche. Now, my recommendation, if you want to make this something that's scalable, is not to be the local marketer for everybody. Don't be this general person who's like, hey, I can go into, my local area and just do this for all the local businesses. No, you need to specialize in one niche. It doesn't mean that you are stuck in that niche. It just means that funnel or the sales process that you're going to set up for that niche is geared towards that one niche. And like I said earlier, one of the hardest parts about this is just testing and seeing what offer works. I'll give you guys some tips and tricks on how to find the perfect offer. But once you find the offer that works to bring in dentist clients or yoga studio clients, it literally is just rinse and repeat. It's working smarter, not harder, like Ryan had said early in here. So remember, people want to buy from a specialist. If I own a Ferrari and it breaks down, I'm not going to go to a general mechanic. I'm going to go to someone who specializes in Ferraris. So that's kind of why we need to first of all step in and figure out what that niche is going to be. Number two, or the first part or the next part of this, is I don't want to go after anyone and everyone, right? Like my prices aren't really cheap, and there are a lot of businesses out there that do struggle. And even $500 a month to some businesses might be a lot. So the easiest thing to do is to go after the local businesses inside the niche that you're choosing and make sure that they're qualified to work with you. This means like people that are already advertising somewhere else, because now they understand that they need to advertise in order to grow. It means that they also have a budget for it. Someone that has a decent online presence, because again, you don't have an online presence just by, coincidence. You actually put work into it, or you hire someone to get you that presence. If they already have an offer, a deal, or a coupon on their website, or maybe even on Yelp or somewhere, because that then shows that they understand the marketing on the local side. They understand, loss leaders, or it's a loss leader is essentially like putting a deal out there that you may break even on or losing money just so you can get someone into your business, right? So they understand that they need to entice people to come in, because sometimes you can work with these businesses and you're like, yeah, we're going to run a video and we're going to run some Facebook ads and do some cool stuff, but you need to come up with the offer. And they're like, I'm not going to discount my stuff. But if you find someone that's already has a discount, it probably means that it works, which is why they're using it. It makes your job a lot easier. If they already have a video on their website, shows you that they understand the value of video. You don't have to sell them on the value of video. So instead of swimming upriver and trying to convince people that they need to advertise, and trying to swim upriver and convincing people that they need a video, we're finding people that already are sold on those ideas, so we can just present them a really cool package that they're already on board with. And also the last piece is, if they're already on the first 2 pages of Google, generally you don't get there just magically. You put some work into it, or you've invested some time or money into that process. So step 1, build your database, figure out what your niche is. Step 2, are people within that niche qualified to work with you? Then what we do, and it's very basic, very simple, we just put all their information into a Google Doc just like this. So we have a virtual assistant do this. I recommend you guys do the same thing. You can go onto onlinejobs.ph, or even go on to like upwork.com and find a VA for like $2. Give them instructions of what they need to do. So for me, I say go into Google, search for Los Angeles chiropractors, make sure, and here's my qualifications. They're listed, they have an offer, they advertise online, they're obviously on the first 2 pages of Google. I say anyone that meets these qualifications, put them onto this database, give me any email you can find for them and any phone number that you can find them, and we put that into a sheet. And then I say, after Los Angeles, go to the next town, Irvine, then go to San Diego, then Boston, then New York, then Austin. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of cities, and this is going to take your VA a little bit of time to go and do, but you're literally going to have a database of hundreds of people within a certain niche that are now qualified to work with you, already understand the value of what you're going to be selling to them. That way, when you approach them to do some of this for free, it works like gangbusters, because they're already sold on this stuff. And when you offer to do it for free, just to test how it works, like they're over the moon excited to do it. So this is one of the easiest ways to get your foot in the door, because again, we're working smarter and we're going up the path or the river with the least resistance, right? We're starting to swim down river and paddle down river, and it's just a massive, massive flow of customers coming to us. So once we have this database, here's the email that we send to them. Again, my virtual assistant does this. Okay, so this could all
screenshot everybody.
Yep, screenshot this. So again, don't do this yourself. Part of the things, and one of the things that made me successful, is that even before I was a 7-figure business owner, I thought like a 7-figure business owner, and I did the actions that a 7-figure business owner would make, and I made the investments in myself that a 7-figure business owner would make. That includes putting a little bit of investment into hiring a virtual assistant to free you out of the process. Okay, so
can I ask you what you pay your virtual assistant? I use Online Jobs PH as well for, we're actually bringing on some new video editors and designers right now. What do you normally pay a VA?
So a virtual assistant to do this type of stuff is like $2 to $3 an hour.
Yeah, okay,
and
good.
Then like a video, and so I don't even edit any of my videos anymore. So we hire people in the Philippines at like maybe $4 to $6 an hour to do video editing for us.
Nice.
Yep. So basically your VA, that same one that's building the database, once the database is built, just tell them to start sending emails out, set them up with an email address and start sending emails out. Our process is basically send an email out. If we don't hear a response, then they try to find the business owner, and then we send them a Facebook message. And then what we do after that is if we still don't hear from them, we go to their website and we use the form on their website to send them the same message. And if we don't hear back from them after those 3 methods, we just move on to the next one. Now, we obviously don't do this one at a time. We'll do like 10 to 20 a day, and then we'll move on, to another 10 to 20. My virtual assistant just keeps track of where everyone's at. But essentially what it says is like, hey, business name or hey, owner's name, we're looking for one of the better, I'll just use Yoga Studio for this example, and let's just say the business owner's name is Bob. So we'll say, hey, Bob, we're looking for one of the better yoga studios in Thousand Oaks that we can send some new customers to for free. We ended up finding you, and then I list one of their competitors. We ended up finding you and ABC Yoga. So if you can handle some more customers, I want you to check out this video I made for you, giving you a few more details about what we're really gonna do and a link to book a time to talk if you're interested. And then we just have a link, and we'll show you where this link goes to. But essentially what we do is we have a pre-recorded video that explains what we want to do for them, and they land on that page. So basically it's going to look like this. Hey, John, we're looking for one of the better, chiropractors in Los Angeles that we could send patients to for free. We ended up finding you and SpineFix. If you can handle more patients, then check out this video that I made for you with the details and a link to book a time to talk. And it just goes to like soldwithvideo.com/talk. The thing about this, and as you guys get farther down this path, you start to realize that the messaging and the language you use has a lot to do with how well you're going to convert. So again, if I'm going to send an email to a doctor, I'm not going to say, hey, do you need more customers? I'm going to say, hey, do you need more patients? If I'm going to talk to a lawyer, I'm not going to say, do you need more customers? I'm going to say, do you need more clients? So make sure that the language you're using also fits the niche that you're trying to reach out to. Very, very important. So basically what happens is it brings them to a page like this. It's just a simple landing page. This is my brother here on the screen, and it's just a simple video explaining what we're going to do. And then underneath it is a link to his calendar so that he can book a time to talk with people. So really what my brother's doing and what we're doing right now is we're not doing any of the sales call or any of the emails. We're not doing any of the database building. We're literally just looking at our calendar and seeing how many sales calls we have each day. And that's it. So the entire process, the first 2 steps are automated. So inside this video, basically it just says, hey, we're looking to run ads on Facebook for free for, one chiropractor in Thousand Oaks or whatever city you're in, and that we wanted to do it for them for free. We just show them what it would look like. So we actually pull up, a landing page of a client that we've done, or we just make an example one. It could be a fake one or whatever, but just let them know it's an example of what it would look like and say, here's what an ad would look like. Here's the page we're going to design for you. Here's the process it's going to work. And then say, if you want, and then say, we want to do this completely for free for 2 to 3 days. And I think this is really important, guys, because you want to be upfront with the people you're talking to. Let them know, hey, we're going to do it for free, but if the results are really good and you want to continue with it, we want to structure this so that you guys can get an ROI every single month, and then we can actually make some money off of it as well. That way it's the best of both worlds. And so I generally will tell them, hey, we'll figure out a process that's going to work for you to make sure that you are always getting an ROI, and we want to prove to you that we can bring you customers before we ever charge you a dime. Then when we get on
powerful.
Yep.
Powerful, man.
Well, we're putting the entire risk on us. That's no one's willing to do that. And when you can run Facebook ads and here's the trick too, when you use video, Facebook ads combined with video are extremely cheap because Facebook is pushing video content right now and no one is utilizing it. So we have this unique opportunity right now to run ads for incredibly, incredibly cheap rates the second we start using video. So what happens is they click the link, they book a time, and then we have our sales call. So step number 4 is now closing them on the phone. This is not a very hard process to do, but the very first thing you want to do is obviously tell them that all the risk is on you. There's no risk on them. You're going to do it all for free. Mention that if it works, that you're going to want to continue with them. And if they do want to continue with you, you will be the only business or the only chiropractor or the only yoga studio in that city that you're going to work with. So they're going to have exclusive rights to work with you. And just let them know no one is using this inside of Facebook. There's no dentist inside of Thousand Oaks doing this on Facebook. You can be the exclusive one working with us. And then the beautiful part about this is, remember in the email we sent them, we told them already, we're looking at them and their competitors. So when you tell them we're going to give you exclusive rights, and they already know in the back of their mind that you're also looking at their competitors and that their competitor could have exclusive rights, it creates a sense of urgency and scarcity. So that's the really powerful thing here. And obviously we're being authentic and we're being honest, because if they say no to us, I am going to go to the competitors. Chances are we probably already emailed their competitors if my VA did their job right. So we're being honest and upfront with them, but we're also using, scarcity and urgency to get them to like not sit there and fumble around. We want them to get started. Then what we do is we tell them we're going to run the ad with a generic video. And I know Ryan has a program, AdReel, that we actually use to make these videos really affordably. And that's what we start with, and that's the video we run. But we tell them that if they want to upgrade to a professional video, that we can have someone come in and make them a professional video. And we just say it's normally like if you hire a videographer, it's a $5,000 video, but we're going to do it for $2,000 just so we can have some content to play with. And then we ask them, if this works, would they be willing to have you come in and create a video for them? And would they be willing to continue with you if it works and they're getting an ROI every month? That part is very important. You want to make sure that they verbally agree that they're going to continue with you. So that way you're being upfront with them. There's no like hidden costs. It's not a bait and switch. It's not any of that stuff. Be honest and let them know and get a verbal yes that if they can get an ROI and you're able to bring them the clients, that they will sign up with you. Because at the end of that trial period, when you come to them, it's like, here's the results you got. Let's get started. They're going to be yes, instead of going like, well, wait a minute, I thought this was just a free trial thing, blah, 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 blah. So be upfront and honest with them. That's how you're going to be able to close them.
Now what happens if, as you're doing this, it seems to me that there's going to be a lot of interest from these businesses. What happens, and Kathleen, our good friend Kathleen on here, she's asking, what if you get more than one person that wants to get on a call and wants to hire you? I mean, you just literally have to turn them away if you book, you get the first person?
You could, you're just gonna have to turn them away. I mean, in order to bring and this is just my opinion, if you want to work with 2 people in one city, go ahead. But my opinion, and like for me to feel ethical in what I'm doing, is that if I'm going to bring my client the best results, I can't have 2 people going after the same target market. So, because it's a local area, there's going to be a limited amount of people that are going to come through these ads. And if I divide that up in half and give them to 2 people, like the result, they're not getting the best results they can. So
that makes sense. Yep.
Everyone has ethics in different places. And so like, if you feel comfortable doing that, go ahead, you can totally do that. But that's just the way we run our business, is like one person in one city and that's it. And then we just turn everyone else away. But the nice thing is that your client ever cancels with you, you can always reach out to the other businesses that showed interest earlier. So just kind of keep them in the back of your mind, or put them in like a special folder or something like that, in case, the client wants to stop working with you for whatever reason.
Now you probably are going to mention this later on or whatever, so this might be too early, but what is the stickiness? How long does a customer normally stick with you once they get rolling?
I would say normally, this is going to sound weird, but we've actually had some people tell us to turn the ads off because they had too many people coming in, their business wasn't able to hold it. So what we've actually done is, sometimes what we'll do is we'll throttle the ads. We'll ask them kind of like, how many people can you handle? How many people do you want? And we'll kind of gauge at what's happening, and then we'll throttle the ad spend up and down based on how many results that they're going to need and how many results they're going to want. But I mean, I've had some people that have been with me for 3 years. If I had to give a magic number, an average, I would say most of them are on board for at least a year, probably, if not more. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about how to get them results without doing any of the work. So the first thing is you got to run the campaign, obviously. We just use a very simple process. It's literally Facebook ad with the video, to a landing page to get whatever offer that you had, to a thank you page. That's it. Just 3 simple little things. So basically, the video ad, we have a couple different options. You have the generic video, or you can create a professional video. Here's essentially what's included. If they're going to go with the professional video, you guys have to remember that these things are not about me videos. And your client is probably going to want to be like, we've been in business for 25 years and have the best product, like the stuff that no one actually cares about except for them. Right. These are marketing videos. They need to be scripted like a marketing video. So instead of a yoga studio talking about how long they've been in business, they're going to talk about things like, we've helped hundreds of women release stress, or we've helped tons of stay-at-home moms live stress-free lives. Like, it's all about the person. So keep that in mind. What we do is we do this worldwide. Remember, you guys are not stuck in your area. We hire videographers from all over the world. I just go on Craigslist, find someone to go film footage that we need, and they charge me a couple $100, and I charge the client $2,000. So we're still making a great ROI. You don't need to know how to video edit. You don't need to be a videographer in order to make this work. And if you don't want to get down the path of of making these videos yourself, you want to use generic videos, they work completely fine. Like Ryan's ad reel system has hundreds of videos in there that I've helped him create that are made for the local market that you guys can just take and use. So you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but if you would like to charge $2,000 to $3,000 per video, this is kind of what's included in that. Now it takes about 2 to 3, 4 hours of filming, which you can just hire someone for, and it takes 2 to 5 hours of editing, which you can hire someone for. So I have my own editors, but you can find people on onlinejobs.ph. We actually have 4 full-time editors right now. I use Dropbox and Asana and Basecamp to manage all my projects. Basically, when it's all said and done, videographers typically cost me $20 an hour, and I'm probably going to pay out about $150, $250, maybe $300, $400 at the most to get this video completely done. And I'm charging at least $2,000 per video, so I'm making a hefty ROI and profit off of each one of those. So those are your options to get the video made. Once you get the video made, you're obviously just going to run it as a Facebook ad to the local market. You're going to figure out an offer, right? So it should be like, hey, new customers get buy one, get one free, or whatever it is. One of the tricks that we found is we just look at like mailers that come in the mail. We go onto Yelp and we just look at other dentists across the country, and we just write down and create a database of all the offers dentists are running. And we just look at what the most common ones are, because if the average dentist is using the same offer over and over again, it probably works. So like if I go and look up, on Yelp and look at what all the dentists across the nation are running on their ads, and they're all saying things like, hey, come in for free x-rays. And we notice that 60% of dentists across the country are using free x-rays as their offer on the ads, then we know, shit, this is probably a pretty good one to use, and that limits the amount of testing that we have to do. So basically what we do is we have run the ad. The video is a Facebook ad. It goes to a page just like this that also has the exact offer on it. The headline, you can see this one says get a free month trial at Castle Martial Arts here in Sheffield or whatever town that is. And then they just claim the offer. So they have to opt in to do it. And then basically what happens is you just go to a thank you page, but the thank you page, and I'll just tell you guys right now, one of the biggest problems that you have is people will go and download the coupon and never use it. So what you want to do to make sure that they're actually coming into the business is make sure that they have something like this. It says the voucher is in the inbox, but wait, call right now and you have a second offer and you'll get a free martial arts uniform and belt. So you're giving them some, yep. And I think Ryan came up with this. So I can't take credit for this. This was Ryan's to have like a backup offer on the thank you page that gets them to take action right then and there. We've used things like having countdown timers of when they expire. Usually what we do is once they opt in and they're on the email list, we actually will have a 3-day email sequence that goes out, and their voucher expires at the end of 3 days. So we're forcing them to come in and call in 3 days, and that works pretty well too. So
now, have you ever used? Yeah, this is. I mean, that right there, call now for free. That just is brilliant. But have you guys ever used? I would imagine so. Gone on Groupon. A lot of people are mentioning Groupon and find out offers people are doing on Groupon to get a deal.
You can, but the thing we've noticed with Groupon is that the deals are so heavy that they do, because basically what they're doing is they're cutting their price almost in half or adding double the value. Sometimes there's other offers that work a little bit better without the business having to give up so much profit up front. But you can, like if you're going through and you're looking at Yelp and looking at websites and different things like that and you're not finding anything, yeah, definitely go to like Groupon and things like that. The other reason why Groupon's a little lower on my list is typically because it's just the one business, right? Like and it takes a lot more research to do, where if I wanted to find offers that work for dentists, I could just go into Yelp and type in dentist and all of them just pop up and you can see the offers right away. Whereas like Groupon, it's like different businesses all the time. So you have to do a little bit more research, but it totally is a place you can go. But I just go with the other way because it's a little quicker. So basically, I'm literally outsourcing this entire process. I outsource the database section of this. I outsource the contact part of it. The making of the video, I'm more of in a management role. My editor's doing it and my videographer's doing it. Then the setup of the landing pages and stuff like that are actually outsourced as well. So we created a couple training videos. We use Lead Pages. So we created a couple training videos showing our VAs how to set up a landing page, how to set up a thank you page. And then we tell them just swap out the offer at the page with the offer we're using and swap out the business names and swap out the logos. And then all of this stuff is set up for me. all I'm really doing is I just set up the ads inside of Facebook, and I'm not even doing it anymore. My brother's doing it now. So I just set up the Facebook ads, the ads inside of Facebook, and then we just invoice them. And
Is
that's
your
it.
brother younger or older?
He's younger, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm 34 and he is 24 or 25. So, and he's basically running this entire thing. So I honestly, I'm at the point where I'm not even involved in the process anymore, except for just
That's awesome.
collecting the money, which is the most fun.
That's great.
Yeah, but he's not even really doing anything either. So he's just has his team basically doing it all. It might sound bad, but he plays video games more than he's actually setting this stuff up.
Oh, don't get me on that. So is he in the Fortnite now?
I honestly, I don't know. I don't play video games, but he does. I just know he's on the computer playing something. Couldn't tell you what it was.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, so let's talk about the best part of this is once this process is kind of dialed in, we want to scale it, right? So, I mean, you guys can, even if you did all of this yourself, you can hustle your way to 6 figures pretty easily because as you guys can see, it's going to take less than 20 clients. In fact, even if you walked door to door to businesses, which is how I got my start, is I literally walked door to door, and you just did that for 8 hours a day for an entire month, you would have 20 clients. Like you would have at least 10, which would put you over at 6 figures very, very easily. But obviously we don't want to do that. And once you figure out this process, we want to scale it. So when we want to scale this, you have to remember there's 2 things at play. We're selling a $2,000 video, which obviously is an average of $2,000, and we're also selling on the back end $1,000 a month minimum. That's kind of what my minimum is right now, is $1,000 a month for any client we're going to work with. So that's essentially $12,000 a year. At those prices, 11 clients, and this is if we lowballed it. This is I'm saying it's $750 a month instead of the 1,000. You would be at $100,000 a year. So give me a bunch of 7s in the chat box if you think that even if you had to walk door to door for a month, you would be able to close 11 clients using this process right here. If you walked door to door and said, let me bring you some clients, let me run this simple little thing, you did some research, found out what offers work, and you just set up the ad and let it run, do you think you would be able to do this yourself? And yeah, 7, ton of 7s, yes. Some people are writing hell yes. You got to put in 7s. Hell yes doesn't count. Awesome.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
what's good though is you caught on to the 7s quicker than Ryan did.
Yeah. And even after he did it once, he still forgot about it. So.
Hey,
but
stop picking on me, you guys.
Let me ask you something here, Brandon, real quick, because there's some people are new to all this stuff. How did you get to the comfort level where you were okay charging $2,000 up front and $1,000 a month? That's something that's going on right now inside of me of like, how can somebody that's new to this feel confident in those numbers?
I'll break it down to you guys in like 45 seconds. It's the easiest mindset shift in the world. The biggest thing that was stopping me was that I was charging $200 a video and a one-time payment for marketing stuff. It was the reoccurring model that shifted it, but also the biggest shift was looking at the value that I brought the business. And this is one thing that you guys have to keep in mind. You don't want to really work with the pizza place down the road because each client is worth like $20 to them. Look at the clients that have huge customer values themselves. I work with yoga studios a lot because they have high customer values, meaning that every customer they get is typically worth like $1,000 or $2,000 a year to them. I also work with dentists because each new client is typically worth $5,000 to $10,000, sometimes even $15,000 a month to them. I work with plastic surgeons because each surgery is worth $20,000 to them. So when I'm working with people that have high lifetime value clients, I feel 100% confident charging them $2,000 for a video because even if they get one client from that, like a plastic surgeon, that's only 10% of one client. But I know I'm going to be bringing them client after client after client. So when you look at the customer value of what each person is worth to that business, and you're going after businesses that have high customer lifetime value, it's very easy to go out there and charge those prices.
So like a dermatologist would be a great one to go after.
Yep.
Yeah, I got you.
Dermatologists even, and look at reoccurring too. So like storage units, the average person that stays at a storage unit is like 2 years. And when you're charging someone $100 a month or $200 a month over the course of 2 years, that one customer is worth thousands of dollars to those people. So when you charge them $1,000 a month and $2,000 up front, that's nothing to them. Even if they get one customer a month from what you're going to do, they're going to see an ROI. That's why I love this business model, because at the end of the day, no one's going to cancel with you if you just give them an ROI. And if you go after people that have high lifetime value customers, you're always going to give them an ROI, even if you bring them one customer a month. Then that's why I love this business model. So we get the best of both worlds, and so do they.
Love it.
So, so even if my process, even if you didn't have my process, and you guys work door to door 8 hours a day, you're gonna get those 11 clients. You'll get more than that, I guarantee you. And I know that because I worked door. I did that. I went door to door. And you guys can see here, we have 19 clients in one of our SAM cards count. Our monthly income from this one SAM card is $13,000. So remember that the scaling part just comes down to creating a super easy process and staying within your niche. Now, once you guys take my process, you apply it to the niche you want to go into, and you learn what offer works for them with using your Facebook ads. All it is just a matter of increasing your outreach and moving into more areas. Because once you know the offer that works with the targeting that works, all you have to do is just copy the exact same thing over and over and over. And all you have to do is increase your outreach to the people in this niche, because now you know the process that works, you know the ads that works, you know what the copy works, you know what the landing page is, and all of that stuff. You just swap out logos and names on everything, and then you just rinse and repeat. So just contact more businesses and copy and paste your campaigns. So what I want to do is flip it back over to Ryan, and hopefully you guys, this is making a lot of sense. So I'm gonna see if I can flip this back over to you, Ryan, without really ruining anything. So I think it should be, Ryan, you should be the presenter, is that correct?
Guys, give us a 777 in the chat box if you can see my screen where it just says, don't overthink this, stay in one niche. Create your outreach process, which we just gave you, scale to different cities, run a campaign for them and find the offer that works, rinse and repeat. Lots of sevens, awesome. And Brandon, that was brilliant. Guys, give me, because there's loads of sevens in the chat box now, give me a 3 in the chat box if your mind's just been opened and you see this isn't actually that challenging to do if you actually know the process of what you're doing.
I'm going to give you a 3 as well, because this is brilliant. I'm absolutely loving it.
Exactly. And guys, I know what we've shown you isn't groundbreaking, it's simple, but that's what gets results. It's a process. You know, once you know that process, it isn't hard. And, you know, you can see, you know, this was last week, like we told you, Mel, you know, people that have gone through this, Mel, after 10 days of going through the training, took $1,750 from the client and also signed the $1,750 per month within 10 days. Michael closed $8,000 front end sale, because you can charge a lot more than you know, $2,000 to $3,000 for a video, like Brandon said. And the maintenance cost was $4,800 per month on the back end. Phil, you saw earlier, $18,000 a month after taking this course. You can see in the last 30 days. Now, because, you know, these people got these results because they was given what we've just given you, which is a roadmap, right? It's a roadmap to success. You send the emails, then, you know, the local businesses arrive at the landing page and that they book a chat with you that you do over Skype. You run the proof campaign for 2 days to get them results, just spending a couple of dollars on Facebook ads. You take the payment after the 2 days as agreed. And then you scale to the moon by doing the exact same different thing in different areas. And when you do that, $10,000 per month is going to happen. Okay, because at that point, it's just rinse and repeat. You send the emails to the local businesses, you run the proof campaign, you close the clients. That's $2,000 per month. Then you send the emails to the same local businesses in a different city. You run the proof campaign, you close those clients, your income's just jumped up to $4,000 per month. You do exactly the same, send the same emails to the same businesses in a different city, run the proof campaign, close the clients, $6,000 per month. Now, guys, give me an X in the chat box if this all seems pretty simple. You think you'd be able to do this in 30 days if you wanted to and if you committed. If Jamie won't tell me off for getting you guys to do. Very cool, very cool. All right, now we're really going to make him pull his hair out. Give me a Y in the chat box if you know that when you've got it dialed in, you'd be able to do the exact same thing in a different city or a different town to be able to scale. Yeah, exactly. Now, my question, guys, is Give me a 777 if you want to do this now.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you want to do this. It's powerful, right? So obviously you want to get this done in the next 30 days. Now, if you want to, you have two choices. One is you can do this on your own. You can spend, your year testing and learning, because obviously we only had an hour with you today. We didn't really dive into the Facebook ad strategies and that kind of thing. Easy and simple to learn, just like this whole method, but there's a lot more to this. Or you can just cut the crap. You can get this done in the next 30 days. You can get this handled. 30 days from now, your problems, wanting to start a business, wanting to get your local video consulting clients working, all that can be handled. You can skip that trial and error phase. You can skip wasting your time selling services that businesses don't need. You can quit making bad mistakes. You can just get this done by being coached by Brandon and myself, both 2 7-figure marketers, coaching you through this whole process, through the next 30 days, but then onwards after that as well. Now, give me a number 2 in the chat box if option number 2 sounds a bit cooler to you than something, than option number 1. Let me know. Give me a number 2 in the chat box if number 2 is something that you want to hear about. Lots of 2s. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, guys, look, so what I want to talk to you about is Local Video Academy. And it's not actually a private opening right now, because this is the funny thing, and Jamie can tell you this. We did a private opening to this to my customers and my users, and Arthur will be able to back me up on this. Me and Brandon teamed up, and this has not gone out anywhere else. The only reason that we're doing it with you guys now is because Jamie, me and Jamie was talking shop, was talking video when we was on the pirate ship singing after a few bevies in the Venice Sea. And Jamie said, he said, bro, please let me run this to our guys. It's so much value. You got so many success stories. Let me share it with my audience. So this isn't for sale anywhere else. Me and Brandon are getting this ready for paid traffic, and we're going to sell it via webinar. So this is like really a secret private opening just for Jamie and just for you guys. And what it is the most complete local consulting course ever created. Okay, what we're going to show you as a beginner, if you've not done anything like this before, is how you can get your first client fast and your first recurring sales, because the recurring sales is what we want, in 30 days. We're going to take you from complete beginner to sending out your first interest process emails, automatically having those leads close on your landing page, already knowing the price and agreeing for you to run the proof campaign. Then you getting them results in the 2 days by running the video ads and collecting your first payday as your very first local consulting agency, and then scaling it to the $10,000 per month level. Now, if you're an intermediate, we're going to show you how you can take your business to what I call the Lucero level. Now, there's 2 of these. There's the $30,000 a month level that Brandon was doing when he was, kicking the ass out of it, or the 15 grand per month level, just working a couple of hours a week, which he got it to before he passed it on to his brother, so he could go off and do his other things, whether it's play video games, play Fortnite, go Venice with Jamie, or work on, his big business goals. Okay, and what everyone's going to get out of this is you're going to get the most complete arsenal of not just training, but you're going to get coaching, live case studies, and software ever assembled and ever put together in one course. So let me tell you about it, because what you're getting inside of this is 8 complete weeks of training: how to start your consulting business and get clients fast, how to get great results for those clients fast, how to scale in other cities and other niches fast, and then how to outsource all of the work, just like Brandon's done, to get it to the 15K working 5 hours per week level. Here's actually what we actually cover in this 8 weeks. First is how to close your first client in 7 days. Second is the whole, overarching business strategy. Week 3, and all these are modules. You can get through all of these in 1 week, or you can do it a week at a time. Is choosing and dominating your niche, because there are some niches that you don't want to go into, and you'll be spinning your wheels and wasting your time by going into those. So we guide you through that process individually in this course. Week 4 is creating irresistible offers that local businesses love. How to actually get everything set up ready to attract the clients. Week 5 is actually getting those clients, setting the foundation, closing them, before week 6 where you have to fulfill for those clients, how to run the proof campaign, how to set up the Facebook video ads, to spend a very small amount in ad spend. We're talking a couple of dollars per day, but get massive results for the clients. Then week 7 is scaling your business. Now week 8 is something that's really cool and ninja. It's business blueprints from alumni coaches. And the bonus week I can't tell you about because it's top secret ninja stuff, but you are going to love it. Now guys, give me a 1 in the chat box if you can see these 3 handsome devils on the screen right now. Who these are our alumni coaches. Now these 3, we've actually got 4 people that have gone through the local video academy training, have gone to either 6 figures or more per year in sales, and have actually come back. They've made a vast majority of the alumni coach business blueprints inside of the members area, where they show you the niches they're in, the campaigns that they run, how they attract clients, how they run the proof campaigns, how they do the copy, absolutely everything behind their business. Kristen and Jennifer are doing over 6 figures a year. Phil he's doing 30 grand a month. He's doing like 300 grand per year with his local agency, all through going through the local video academy. In fact, if you give me a 777 in the chat box, I'll bring up my computer and I'll actually show you inside of what they're doing.
Yeah. Let me ask you, let me just make sure I understand this. So these 3 here, you said there's 4, but these 3 that are on the screen right now, they were on a webinar or however, they went through this exact training, they succeeded, and now they're doing their own trainings inside the course as well on top of the 8 weeks?
Exactly. We've invited them back and we said, hey, can you help coach these new guys that were coming in, and can you share exactly what you're doing? So they can model what you're doing, the same niches, the same ads. They show you the images, the videos, the copy, how they do the targeting. They pull the curtain back in their business, and they said yes, they've come back, and that's why I say it's the best local agency course ever created. No other people do this. Let me head over. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you can see this screen, the local video academy members area.
Yep, I see it. Yep. Ron,
cool.
Yep, Jake, yep.
Here are all of the modules. I've opened them up, so I know it lags when you do stuff on here. Oh, but then you have the tab saver. But here we go. So, quick start guide. This is what you get straight away. How to close your first client in 7 days. Okay, and at the end of this, we show how to run the client test campaign over here. Okay, 30-minute video of the best way to get the best results when you're doing the proof campaign. That's module 1. Okay, like we said, module 2 is the overall local agency model, like what we did on this training. We go into it in more detail and all the different nuances of what it takes to be able to deliver for clients. Module 2, nice and easy, mastering your niche. What niches to go in, what niches to avoid. Short module, but a critical step. If you mess that up, it doesn't matter what you do with all the rest, you're not going to succeed. Very, very crucial module. Module 3, creating irresistible offers local businesses love. This is how to price it, how to set expectations, how to do upsells and cross sells. Okay, all the offers that you need to do already done for you. You don't have to do any thinking for yourself. Next module, like I said earlier on, setting your client foundation. So on this webinar, we showed you one of our several ways of attracting clients. We showed you, the blanket method, sending out all of those emails, getting people to come to you. There's several other methods that we've not showed you that are just as powerful that you can use to get clients and to close clients. The next module is the fun stuff, fulfilling orders, invoicing and billing. We show you or give you everything. How to send reports, what to do when they don't pay, how to invoice, how to figure out the strategy, how to create the affordable style videos, how to create the expensive videos, how to run paid ads, how to set up the business manager, Facebook custom audiences. All of this is step-by-step, painstaking detail that you can go through in a couple of days and be an expert on the subject, getting great results for your clients. Module 6, this is what's actually going in this weekend. It's the final module where we're going to be showing you how you can scale your business to the the Lucero level, how to grow your team and how to scale to those 10, 20, 30 grand per month levels. Now this is what you were saying, Jamie. This is the business blueprints. So Kristen shows her process for closing she calls them celebrity doctors, so like plastic surgeons and people like that. She shows you the landing pages, how to actually set up and onboard these high ticket clients, how to the Facebook ad creation, basically how to do everything. Phil, who's doing 30 grand a month, shows you his #1 client acquisition strategy and how he closes, how he does a very interesting thing in regards to the proof campaign. He's actually got a method that's better than what he's took what we taught in Local Video Academy, took it to the next level. Okay, and there's more and more videos over here. And then finally, in the bonus section, you get all the resources that you need. Sales training, all the resources in regards to the contracts, all of the paperwork that you need, how to do all of the scripts, where to outsource, all of that stuff, all the checklists, everything that you need, how to write the ads for the video contractors when you're going out, everything done step by step. Does that make sense, Jamie?
That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, I mean, it's, and I know we all say this a lot of times, but it's sort of like a business in a box. You're getting all of it all at once. So they know you follow these steps and you take action. And that's, I told you guys up front, once again, as long as you take action on this stuff, you've outlined everything for them in a strategic way.
Exactly. Now, What also some people can get stuck on is video creation. So you can see here, when we ran this, AdReel is our video ad creation platform, free for 3 months before you start paying monthly for it, including the new video ads each month. But anyone that wants to actually jump on this, Jamie, we'll give them access to AdReel completely for free. They won't have a trial. They won't have to do anything. They can get access to all of it for free forever. No monthly fees, anything like that. And this is how it actually works. Dead simple. This is why people like Mel were able to go out and within 10 days close the first client at $1,750 a month. This is what she did. She literally clicked on create a video in our AdReel software. These are all of the, we've got a whole bunch of different types of templates and all of this stuff. We've got over 150 templates in here, but in the local business section, we've already created the ads that you need for yoga studios, for storage unit places, for personal trainers, for lawyers, for hairstylists. Everything is literally done for you. And this is what happens when you want to run the proof campaign. The videos are already created, and you can change the video background, you can change the image, you can change this so it actually fits. You can do anything you want to edit this dead quick and simple. You just select a video, you add in your headline up here, H for headline, C for call to action, go next, choose your soundtrack or use no soundtrack, and then just hit render. Then your video's done, all done, dusted, ready for the proof campaign. Okay?
And they're going to get this. They don't, after 3 months, they're not going to have to pay a monthly fee. Now, what do you guys add new templates each month? Do they get that as well, or is that something that is an upsell or something like that?
No, every single month they'll get everything free, because this is, like I said, the people, when we start doing this with paid traffic, are going to have to pay monthly for AdReel. But when we spoke in Venice, we just said we're going to run the same offer to your guys that we did with our private opening, to our personal customers. Awesome. So this is something as an extra value add for you guys.
Hey, everybody, real quick, just put a 777 in the chat box real quick for Ryan on that one. That's really, really cool, man. Thank you. That's awesome.
No worries. But it gets better, because the crazy thing is, 90% of the value in this isn't in anything that I've shared with you so far. Where the value really is with this is in the mastermind group. Now, here's what I mean by that. And I'll actually open this up in Facebook now so you can see. And this is a group with myself, with Brandon, with the alumni coaches, and all of the people that were testimonials that you saw earlier on here. They're inside of this group. Okay, let me close these Facebook messages so you can see, and we'll pause this video. Okay, a live video that Brandon was doing on Facebook ad fulfillment. So it's an active group. Anytime that you have a question, you can tag us in here, and we're in here to help and coach you towards the success that you want to get. And this is, it's a serious group of local video consultants. It's not a free group. It's not got tons of people in. It's a high level group with people who have paid to be here. They're dedicated to this and to making sales and closing clients. Okay, all of the testimonials that you've seen earlier on, they're all inside of this group, helping each other, sharing strategies and helping them move to that next level. Okay, now on top of that, again, Jamie, just because this is, just because it's you, and we, like I said, we're going to put the same offer together that we did when we opened it for our guys. You're going to get some incredible bonuses as well, just for today only. So, if you wait till after this call, there's no more bonuses. This is just for today. Bonus number 1 is what we call the ultimate resource and template library. So outsourcing resources, outsourcing processes, client contracts, team contracts, invoice templates, all that stuff that's going to get you up and running faster. You don't want to wait. You don't want to reinvent the wheel. You want to get these clients closed as quick as possible. Bonus number 2 is 3 live Q&A coaching calls. This is where, me and Brandon come on live on a webinar, answer any questions that you have. Now, the funny thing is when we do these coaching calls, it's more like a jam session, because anytime anyone has a question, they tag Brandon in the coaching group. Brandon jumps in there, answers it. And, most times when we do this, there's no questions to answer because we're active in the Facebook group, coaching all the people through growing and, closing their first clients. Bonus number 3, of course, is the private Facebook group that I just showed you. And bonus number 4 is how to get the Yes video training. So, some people might not want to they might not feel comfortable speaking to somebody on Skype. They might not be, the quote unquote slick salesperson. But one thing that I do know is knowing the right questions to ask at the right time does give you a big advantage when you're trying to close a sale. Okay, so what Brandon did is he got one of it, a top sales guy in the US. He's got 3 modules. Each module is 2 hours long with some absolute gold on exactly what to say at the right times so you don't lose any clients. Okay, so to sum all of this up and wrapping it all up together, you get 8 weeks of coaching and training in the local video academy, which is the modules and the training. You get unlimited access to the AdReel platform. You never have to pay anything ever. Okay, this 3 months we'll just delete. Okay, you get full mastermind and coaching access. Again, the 8 weeks of coaching, if you want to go through everything in 1 week, it's all there ready for you. Okay, and you're going to get coaching in the Facebook group after that. Okay, and all of the bonuses that are stacked up, they add value to this as well. So you actually don't need anything else by jumping in. So the real world value, if we add all of this up, is $12,191. And just think about this for a second, guys. If you was to go out there and if you was to get your first 10 clients in 30 days, like Brandon did, or in fact, if we make it more realistic, more believable, if you was to get your first client, just one client in the next 30 days that pays you $1,500 upfront and then $1,000 per month for management, then you can go out and duplicate that into other areas. Would that be worth $10,000? Give me a 777 in the chat box if you think it would. And you've seen the results. You've seen how fast you can get clients and scale when this process is dialed in. Okay, you can create a full-time income and you can scale to $10,000 a month just like that. Okay, now the real value of just the alumni coaches, okay, it's more like $20,000. I think $10,000 is a discount. Having someone that's earning $30,000 per month doing this in the trenches right now to answer your questions in the group and to show you behind the scenes of his business on how he does it all on top of everything that we're providing in Local Video Academy, I think we could easily justify a $20,000 price tag, let alone a $10,000 price tag. But that being said, guys, we only open this as a private opening with my personal client and customer list. The only reason we're sharing it with Jamie is because he twisted my arm, and I've got to say I love the guy. I love his positive energy. We had such a great time in Venice, and we wanted to share it with you guys as well. So we're going to give you guys a special deal today because you're part of Jamie's community. When we launch this with paid traffic, which is going to be in the next week, 7 to 10 days, the price of the program is going to be $2,000. We're going to sell it for $1,997. Now that's not the price that you're going to pay today, because I love Jamie and he's awesome. But after this webinar is done, you won't see this deal again, okay? Because we have 2 coaches here. We have 4 alumni coaches. We have the apps. We have our own hard costs. So we're basically going to give this away to you right now, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to make it available to you today, and you're only going to be able to, instead of paying $2,000, you can hop in right now for 1 payment of $997 or 2 payments of $547. And this is one time only, okay?
Let me jump in on this. I need to say something real quick, Ryan, because when Ryan was telling me about this, guys, I want you to understand something. He was telling me, yeah, Jamie, this is what we're doing, and Brandon's shutting this thing down, and we set up this whole funnel, and we're going to be selling it for $1997. I'm like, dude, before you put it at $2,000, I need you to allow me to give it to my customers. Would you honor that $1,000? And he said, absolutely, man. So I want you guys to understand they are legitimately creating this whole funnel system right now. It's already done. They're supposed to be starting the ads at any time, and people are going to be paying $2,000 for this thing. And the fact that he's doing this for us before they start this paid traffic whole thing, I'm just so pumped for you guys to be able to jump on this.
Yeah, no worries. And again, Jamie said it. It's not a false scarcity thing. It's not, that's not how we roll. This is legitimately because me and Jamie got on so well in Venice. He said that, and I said, yeah, let's jump on, let's add some massive value, and let's rock it out. And also, guys, for anyone that's jumping on this, this is what I want to tell you about as well, because not many people do this. In fact, there's only one other person that does this who's my mentor, and that is the ultimate risk-free opportunity. So I've shown that the results that people have gotten, the results speak for themselves. What we're giving you today as well is 32 days to do this. Okay, it's our action-based 32-day guarantee. So if you come inside now, you send out your emails, you get the interest, you ask the coaches for help. We're working with you. You're doing, even if you do the bare minimum work, this is completely risk-free, because we have no intention of keeping anyone's money who makes an honest attempt at this course and isn't happy. Zero intention. Okay, we value your time, we value your attention, we value you, being part of our community. We value Jamie's friendship, and not just as a joint venture partner, but we really got on well in Venice. Okay, we value that more than your money. So if you go out there, if you tell people you had a good experience with us as a company, but the product didn't fit with you, that's easily worth the $1,000 for us. So what I'm trying to say is, we have no intention of keeping your money if you're not happy. So we want to be completely fair with you. We want to give you a shot at this opportunity. We want to give you a shot at changing your life and business, and we want to make it risk-free. So the only way to miss out on this is to not hop in. That's the only way that you can lose. With our action-based 32-day guarantee, all you have to do is use the course, give it a shot. If you're not satisfied, not only will we refund you every single penny, but we're also going to cut you a check for $100 for wasting your time if you give this a one shot.
That's awesome. Now, let me just jump on real quick here. A couple things. First off, those of you that are jumping on, go ahead and give me a 777 in the chat box. And I need you to put your transaction ID into the chat box so we can make sure that we get you guys lined up for all the bonuses that Ryan offered. So make sure in the chat box, you'll get the email for your transaction ID. Put that in the chat box. I know Ron Duvall, I saw you're already in, man. I appreciate that. Cynthia, fantastic. Glad you're on board. This is wonderful. Now, Kimberly's asking, and I already know the answer, but I want you to answer it. Is this a one-time fee or a recurring yearly fee for the $997?
No, it's just a one-time fee. When we launch it next week via webinar, it's going to be a one-time fee, but the software to create the videos is going to be a monthly fee. You're getting, the $997 is one time. You never have to pay for anything ever again. You don't have to pay monthly on the software. You don't have to pay for any upgrades to this. It's one shot and done. But Jamie, again, this is for you and for your tribe. When we take it to paid traffic, it's going to be nice. a one-time fee, but then monthly added in there for the software as well.
Okay, let me see here. Cynthia got your ID. David, I got you as well. Thank you, sir. Richard, we have you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. A couple people with that already have AdReal. Yeah, if you already have AdReal, you know the value of it. That's great. If you do your first payment now, Rod, it would be, when is the second payment If they do the
30 days
5-4-7,
time.
30 days, okay?
30 days. And guys, remember, what we're saying is the people that we've shared the results with, we know the results speak for themselves. These guys are people that took the course and got our help to get them to where they want to get to in 30 days, or in some people even shorter amount of time. Some people a bit longer, some people a bit shorter. Some people go through the training in a week. Some people it takes 30 days to go through, and that's okay. All of these results that we shared with you earlier, okay, literally 66 pages of testimonials of people literally changing their life and finally breaking through that barrier of not getting these shiny objects and not picking up these crappy products that are making the gurus say that this is going to be the thing that's going to change your life. This is a real business. It's not a loophole. It's not something that's here today, gone tomorrow. This is providing a real service and providing value to local businesses. Okay, and it's easy to do when you know how and you have us helping you through that process. It's what these guys did. Like we showed you earlier, multiple thousands of dollars in results through going through this training. It's just like what Brandon did in November. 10 clients, less than 30 days, just under $1,000 per month, $958 per month. And you can see all of the rebills on the right hand side of all of these 10 yoga studios that came in. Okay. Phil, $18,000 last 30 days, come back now doing $30,000 per month. He's one of the alumni coaches, shares his whole business model and some ninja stuff with chatbots and competitions to do in the trial period that absolutely crushes it for local businesses. His training is worth the price of admission alone. Like I said, literally, hand on heart, the only way to lose out is not jumping in on this investment right now. Okay, it's like being I watched quite a funny film. I watched Wolf of Wall Street the other day for about the 100th time. It just makes me laugh. I love Leonardo DiCaprio is one of my favorite actors, Leo, and Samuel L. Jackson. And it's like, this now is like being on the stock exchange with your friend coming at you and saying, look, dude, Jamie, I've got this investment. It's called LVA. Look at the results these people have gotten. Everybody's killing it. Everyone that's invested in it is making these insane returns. You need to invest in this. You could 10x, you could 20x, you could 100x your money right now. All you need to do is put in, 547 bucks. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, I'll cover that investment. I'll give you that back. And I'll also give you $100 check just for wasting your time, because that's what we're offering here, guys, as a, through Jamie, because you're in his community. That's what we're offering you guys that no one else is going to be getting that offer. Okay, right now we've got a 32-day action-based guarantee. If it doesn't work out, we'll give you the refund. We'll give you the $100 check for wasting your time. And the reason why we're saying that is, and we will stand by that, but the reason we're saying it is we really know that won't happen, because you are going to succeed with this. Yeah. And finally, before we get into, I can see a lot of questions coming in. Before we get in and open this, we'll open this up to Q&A. So, last thing, some questions that you need to ask yourself. Can you actually do this? Yes. Can you make videos and get them results? Yes, we're giving you the software to do it, and we're giving you the training to do it. You can use AdReel, you can use DropMot, you can outsource the videos, right? Will local businesses gladly pay you for these results? That's a yes as well. You can directly, tag Brandon or the alumni coaches or myself and ask for help if you need it as well. Okay, but it's a no-brainer for local businesses, like we showed you earlier on. Okay, and you can start this with zero investment. The only reason you could fail is if you don't use the resources, the coaches, and the help that we're giving you here. Okay, and then the other question you need to ask yourself: can this pay for itself? Is this going to be a good ROI for my investment that I'm putting in? And all it takes is one client. Okay, you'll make more in a day than the cost of the very first payment. All it takes is one client. So if you want to jump in, guys, I can see it. Freaking ton of people have jumped in already.
Yeah, let me just jump on a little bit of this, if you don't mind, real quick, Ryan. So I just want to say, Barry, thank you for jumping on. Terry, thank you. Larry Bush, thank you. Sonia, Great job on jumping in. Dennis Bradford, thank you, sir. Gerald Walker, Terrell, all of you. Terrell Florent, thank you so much. This is fantastic. Kathleen, I'm pumped as well, man. Peter Norton, thank you for jumping in. Just put your transaction ID in there so we can make sure we can make all the extra bonuses and everything. We make sure we can get to you guys. A couple quick questions. I want to go through. We're going to make sure we answer all of these questions, everybody. But let's go through this nice and slow so everybody gets their questions answered. But all of you that already jumped in, we appreciate that. This is going to be an exciting ride. So the first question is how much are you going to be paying in Facebook ads on a daily basis for those couple days?
Yeah, that's a good question. So what I like to do is run somewhere in the range of like $5 to $10 just to get it going. Really at the end of the day, all you have to do is just bring them a couple people and then that proves the concept and you're good to go. So really you're maybe looking at like 10, 15 bucks. Some other ones like bigger clients will spend a little bit more just so we can make sure we seal the deal, but that's kind of what you're looking at.
Okay. And then when you're doing the videos, and this is from Deborah, how many video ads do you provide a client for the $1,000 a month?
It's just one video.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, we charge that $2,000 up front to make that one video, and that's the video that we run. I mean, if we want to, we can split test and use some of the ad reel system, which you guys get for free. You get to use that. So really, at the end of the day, what you could do is you could always go like, hey, we make $2,000 for this other video, and then we split test with a bunch of these other video ads and give them a couple other ones. But most of our clients, we're just running one video, and that's all we really need.
So one ad is created and one ad is run and managed. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, Steven, I got you, buddy. Thank you so much. What do you do for the clients each month after they sign up? You're just running the Facebook video ads, right?
Yeah, you're just bringing them clients.
Yeah, that's it. To the lead page that you guys set up. That takes them to the thank you page to try to get them to take action and call right away.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Karen, hopefully you followed that. Okay, Vernon, we got you, man. Congratulations on jumping in. How will you know if they got a client? Yeah, that's a good question. So during the funnel that you set up for them, do you get the emails as well as the customer gets the yoga studio gets emails?
Yeah, so obviously we can set up and track the opt-ins that they get, so we can see how many leads have been produced. So we can look that up a couple different ways. We obviously have access to their opt-in page and email software, but we also have access to the Facebook ads, obviously because we're the ones setting it up, which will tell you how many conversions there are. But then the conversion rate has to be tracked by the client, because a lot of the times they either have to get a phone call or someone has to physically walk into their business, and I'm not inside the business. So we just get a report from the clients, like how many people redeemed the coupon at the end of the month. And then that tells us how many customers actually went in. And that helps us too, because then we can compare how many leads we get compared to how many people actually came in and claimed it. But that's essentially what it is they have to collect the coupons or the vouchers and just let you know at the end of the month.
Gotcha. Okay, Kat, I see that you're in. Congratulations, Brian. I see you're in as well. My buddy Ron Duvall. Now, let me tell you something, guys, real quick. Ron Duvall is honestly, I just love this guy. He's an action taker. He just goes out there and makes things happen. So he was the first person to jump on board with this. He's asking, what's their average ad spend per month for the cut? So the yoga studio, what are they spending per month in the ad spend?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. So this is gonna be another one of those answers that's like, it just depends on the client. So like if we work with a yoga studio in Los Angeles, and it's a massive city, the ad spend is going to be higher than someone who's in like little Thousand Oaks, which is where I live. So it completely depends on the client, but I would say they're mainly ranging between $5 a day in smaller cities all the way up to like $25 a day in the bigger cities. So that's the other thing I didn't really talk about in the training, is that when you go into a bigger city and you're working with a high value client, you can charge even more because the potential there is huge. So for example, if I'm working with a yoga studio in Thousand Oaks, I may be at like $5 to $10 a day in ad spend, whereas a one in Los Angeles, we would probably be closer to like $20 a day on the ad spend. And so what we do is we tend to factor that into the price we charge, so that way there's not double billing. So if I'm going to charge or have like $500 in ad spend and I want to make $1,000 off of the management, I'm going to charge my client $1,500.
It makes total sense. Yep. Yeah, I love that. I like that because I don't want to charge them twice. I don't want to charge them for that and then send them a bill for the ads as well. So let me ask this. This is a question from me
Yep.
that hopefully somebody out there has already asked. But do you guys do any sort of custom audiences as well for your clients for video views?
Yeah, we do. So what we do is we obviously do the standard ones, like anyone that hits their website is a custom audience. We will
Uh-huh.
create lookalikes based off of their past customers as well,
Okay.
if they have that information available. And then we'll do anyone who's engaged with their page or a post over the last like 60 to 90 days. And then what we'll do is if someone watches the original ad, so let's say I make a $2,000 video and someone watches that video, but they don't become a lead, we'll actually run them a second ad. It's like, hey, you just missed your opportunity to get this. It's like going away soon. Go get it now.
Ah, brilliant. I love it. And is that in the training as well?
Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely in there.
Oh, listen, I don't know if you understood what he just said. If you didn't, you need to get that in the training. That right there in and of itself is worth its weight in gold. And some of you that have been on my trainings of Facebook video view ads to custom audiences know how valuable and powerful that is. I got you, Brian. Fantastic. I got you, Glenn, as well. Let's see here. I can't get into order form. Here, Larry, let me send it to you again. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to send it over to you privately, and then I'll send it as a send all as well. 1 second, Larry. I got you, buddy. Don't you worry, Larry. I got your back, man. Let's see here. Kevin, what's going on, man? Yeah, Kevin's another action taker. I love it. That's fantastic. Congratulations. Okay. What are additional Oh, great question, Dennis. So what are the additional costs except for the ads? Like for example, lead pages. Is lead pages the one that you recommend to everybody? What other costs do they have? Of course, you need some sort of funnel system.
Yeah. So basically what you're going to need is either something like lead pages, ClickFunnels, or like Instapage. We've used lead pages for years. We're also starting to start using Instapage. I know plenty of people and LVA students have used ClickFunnels. I mean, they're all the same stuff. It's basically you just need a piece of software to create a landing page, create an opt-in page, and then you just need an email management software. That's another thing that we factor into the price. Like if we need to buy like ActiveCampaign or Aweber or something like that, we'll factor that into the price that we charge them monthly. A lot of the students, and it depends on the niche, like we go in and work with a lot of yoga studios, they all use the same CRM system, and we can actually just get access to their CRM system and send emails and stuff out through there. So it just depends, again, it just depends on the client. Like some of them already have a lot of that stuff set up, some of them don't. So again, in any ways, we're talking very minimal expense, like maybe $100 a month at the most, but when you're charging $1,000, $2,000 a month, then it's just a small expense to pick up on the tail end. The nice thing is all of these extra expenses, you don't need to actually buy them until you have a customer, really, at the end of the day.
Exactly. And Larry, it's dropmock.com/L is in Larry, VA, LVA. Okay. So Bill McBride, welcome aboard, buddy. Glad to have you on board. How many days a month do you run the ad when they are paying monthly? I would imagine you're running it 24/7, right?
It's 24/7, but we don't come in there and just have this huge ad budget and just like crank it all the way up.
Right.
For a number of reasons. One, you're going to get since it's local, super ad fatigue, meaning people are going to see the same ad over and over and over and over and over again, which is not good. Number two, if you just show it all day, every day with massive ad spend, you're going to give the business a massive amount of people at one time that they're not going to be able to handle, and then you're not going to be able to like usually repeat those results month after month after month. So if you just like jack it up and you send them 100 customers in the first week, they're going to be freaking overloaded. They're going to tell you to turn the ads off, and then when you rerun it, it's not going to be as effective. So what we like to do is we run it every single day, but we do smaller ad budgets like $5, $10, $20 in bigger cities, just so that we can make sure we're being consistent and they can handle the amount of customers that are coming in.
You know what I love about this, Brandon, is I'm listening to you talk, and I can hear it in your voice, the confidence of this just works, and it works really good, and it's just the way you're talking right now. It just gets me more excited for everybody because it's a matter of fact to you. It's just a matter of fact that if you do this, this is the outcome, and I love that. This is great, dude.
Well, the amazing thing is I've been doing it for years. I've learned all the mistakes. You know, we've been in the spot where we've had people tell us turn the ads off, and we're just like, well, how are we going to build it next month when we don't have any ads? Like, I've made all those mistakes. So that, I think, and honestly, in my opinion, that's the most valuable thing here.
So here's another question for Kim. Do you let them know how much goes to the Facebook ad and how much to you each month, or do you just bill them
If
the?
if they ask, I will, because I always want to be honest and upfront. But you know, usually what I do is I just ask them how many customers a month can you handle, what's kind of like your limit, and then we just make sure that whatever number they give us, we're in that range. So what we like to do is find out what is the ROI method or like process they need. So if we're charging $1,000 a month, how many clients we need to give them, and then what's the most they can handle, and we try to get somewhere in that range and just kind of like throttle the ad spend to make sure we're in that number.
I gotcha. So let me just write this down, Larry. Give me 1 second. I'm writing your email down, and I will absolutely do that for you, sir. Ron Duvall, my buddy Ron, he wants me to tell you that he's in Upland Rancho Cucamonga in Inland Empire. Are you familiar with that area?
Yeah, it's pretty close to where I live.
Okay. Yeah. Ron, you're retired now, right? You did retire. Did you already have the retirement party, or you're done, right? Sorry, I'm having a personal conversation with buddy Ron now. Hold on 1 second. Do you run the ad? Do you run the ad from your own Facebook page or get access to their account? Kim asks.
Yeah, no, you get access to their stuff always. So, and that's another part of the sales process, which we'll cover inside the course, is that you want to make sure that you're running everything from your ad account. So you can create a business ad account, and then you can add more ad accounts to that. So basically what we have is a business manager, and within my business manager, you can set up multiple ad accounts, and you give each client their own ad account under your stuff. That way you control it, you manage it. But the nice thing is what we try to do is when we run the free trial is we try to get them to add us as a manager on their Facebook page so that we can run the ads from their Facebook page instead of a generic page. The reason why we do this, one, is it converts better, but number two is if we're doing a free trial and we're already an admin on their page and we already have access to their stuff, it's one less step to get them to say yes to continuing with us. And we're like, we already have access to this. We're already on here. We already got it set up. All we have to do is just push one button. We're ready to go. And so that's why it's kind of a sales tactic, is to make sure that we get access or put on as an admin on their page in order to run the free trial.
Yep, I gotcha. Okay, so remember, I need you to keep putting your transaction IDs into the chat area so we know for the bonuses as well. And we're just gonna keep hammering down through all of this to make sure we get everything. What if the business owner doesn't like being on video? Actually, they don't ever have to be on video, Stephen. You can do that, but
they can just use AdReel. Like those videos are cool. And one thing that Brandon mentioned earlier about ad fatigue, that's one of the cool things about AdReel, because by jumping in this, you automatically get the club template. So that means every single month you're going to get new video ad styles, new image and video backgrounds for all the different local niches. And what we did this in the local video academy group. We get people to post videos that they like, and we've got a thread where people comment the niches that they're going into, and we get our animators to make templates on that, so you don't even have to do hardly any of the video creation. You can keep swapping those ads out every month, because we're just going to keep providing you with them.
I love that. Now, let me just go over a couple more here. Danny, thank you, sir. Danny Swanger, I see that you're in. Robert Westberg, I see that you're in. Thank you very much. Let me just go down through here. Yes, there will be a replay. We will be sending that out. Let me see what other questions here. How do you determine how many leads do you give for the trial offer? Okay, how do you determine how many leads to give for the trial offer? Do you give them all to them if they come in?
Oh yeah. I mean, I wish I could really have more control over how many leads are going to come in that trial period. But that's not the way the Facebook platform works. It's basically like you just figure out a daily budget of what you want to spend, get your stuff dialed in, and you just kind of see how many do come in, and they'll give you a cost per lead. It's not like you go into Facebook and say, I want 10 leads in this 3-day period. You just kind of run it and kind of monitor what's going on. But I mean, it could be anywhere from like 1 to 10 to 20. It just kind of depends.
Okay, real quick, Ryan, would you mind going over the bonuses again real quick, just so everybody can see what is going on with all of the bonuses? And Robert, we'll go over all that for you. Just 1 second.
Yeah,
And
sure.
Richard,
If Jamie, if you just check your WhatsApp real quick, I just sent you a message.
okay.
In fact, and I might as well, we'll tell everyone. I've got some friends coming around, so we have a limited amount of time. So what I'll do, I'll go over the bonuses. But I thought this would happen. What always happens when we do these, we always want to stay on and answer everyone's questions. But because I'm on a limit today, I'm just going to start this timer. So all of these bonuses I'm going to go over, and all of everything that comes included with this, we'll have for the next 15 minutes, and we'll try and answer everyone's questions in that time, and then we'll close this out. So the bonuses you actually get are, first is the AdReal software for free forever. And I saw there was a question that came in. I think it was from Frederick. And it was, does the AdReal license include the template club? And yeah, it does. So the template club's $37 per month, or I think it's $347 for a year as a yearly recurring. But you'll get every single month you'll get all the templates. You don't have to pay anything else. That's the first thing. Unlimited access to AdReal. Then the other bonuses are the template and resource library, and again, these are put together to help make your get you to where you are now, to where you want to be, whether that's your first recurring client, whether it's your replacing your full-time income, $10,000 per month. We want to help you get there easier and quicker. So that's what this bonus is. It's the template and resource library. It's the client contracts, the team contracts, the ads, if you're going to go on to onlinejobs.ph or Upwork, the invoice templates, all of that stuff that you don't have to, get created. We've already done that for you. The other one is the live Q&A calls. Like we do a monthly webinar inside the group where we answer any questions, we jam with you guys. But like I said, one of the main benefits of this is the Facebook group means that we answer your questions anytime in real time. It might take us an hour or two when we're on Facebook to reply. But you just tag myself or tag Brandon in there, and we're in there answering your questions and helping you moving forward every single day. And that's what I said. 90% of the value from this is the Facebook coaching group and community, and that's the other bonus. Again, it's a paid group. No, we've got 100 requests to get in here, as you could see. But I think it's over here. 100 people want to join this group, but this is for the inner circle clients only, because it's us, the alumni coaches, and it's the other people that all the testimonials we've used, they're on here to help you get to where you want to get to. Finally, it's how to get the yes training. This is like 6 hours of the best overcoming objections and sales training that you're ever going to go through. It's for people that aren't natural salespeople, telling them the right questions to ask at the right times to be able to help to close people. Then, of course, the alumni coaches was an extra added bonus that we've just added in, where these guys take you behind the scenes in the whole business, where they show you absolutely everything that they're doing to crush it and doing 6 or multiple 6 figures per month. So again, guys, if you want to get access and you're not got access yet, head over to dropmot.com/LVA for Local Video Academy, and we'd love to have you in the group, and we'd love to help you grow your business to whatever scale that you want to get it to.
Yeah, no question about it. And let me just jump on here. So at the beginning, you guys had mentioned about it, a couple of the freebies for people that stays on here. So everybody that stayed on here, I'll work with Ryan and we'll work with Martin, and we'll make sure everybody's on here. We have a list of all of you that are still on here inside of GoToWebinar. We just print that out, and then Martin will make sure that we get you guys access to that. Or is there another way that you guys like to do that, Ryan?
That sounds good to us. Because when we ran this anyway, we ran this to, like I said, the only time we've done this to my own kind of personal customer base, those 3 bonuses, we've already got them on a PDF. So I'll send that over to you, Jamie, after we finish on this call, and then you can send it to all of the attendees. All I'll have to do is download these slides as a PDF. That won't take long, and then we'll get that out to every single person in the next 24 hours.
Okay, great, awesome. I love it. Now, Brandon, this is more for you. This is from Neville. Neville said, I love the concept, but the outlined alternatives to the initial email sequence. And I saw something in there about the blanket method. Can you just talk about, there was a bunch of them in there, but can you just kind of share a little bit about the blanket method without giving too much, because it is a paid course, just so they know it's not just, they can do other things just other than just the email.
Yeah, so we have a couple different ones. One of them is also this kind of like methodology process that I've developed. It's almost kind of like what Gary Vaynerchuk does, but it's creating and structuring content a certain way on Facebook where you're the authority inside of a certain niche, where like you just push out content for really cheap, and then these guys will just start contacting you. Like the high-end dentist will start contacting you. That's one way. The blanket method is also just mass producing a lot of videos. So you would just title them like Thousand Oaks video marketing or Thousand Oaks marketing, and you just start mass uploading to YouTube. And what happens if you structure it the right way, they get ranked super easily. So anytime a business owner inside of a certain niche starts looking up like marketing type stuff inside their city, your videos are the ones coming up all the time. Those are like two of the ways that we like to do it right now. We also have some training on how to close people via webinars also, or what you could obviously do evergreens if you want to do evergreen webinars. So those are just three of the ones that come up top of mind right away that we use to get.
So yeah, also the alumni coaches, like the good thing about this is, like I said, they all built their businesses using the LVA method. But as people grow and develop, all of the methods that the alumni coaches share with you guys are different methods than what we show in Local Video Academy, which is really cool. So you're getting multiple different ways to attract clients. Like there's the LinkedIn stuff. There's the Phil does some really cool stuff with BNI groups for people that want to go and do that. He absolutely crushes it with that. But then he also, we won't go over all of the methods because we'll keep some of them secretive. People are going to jump in, but there's a whole bunch. There's a massive amount, including the alumni coaches method of what they do as well.
Yeah, the one that why I really like this for everybody initially is when Ryan was sharing with me the email, because I teach that as well on Facebook. I teach how to, just so you guys know, Ryan and Brandon, whenever I do some coaching, I'll teach everybody, let's go ahead and create a video or create a drop mock photo mock-up or drop mock video mock-up and go to Facebook and send it to contact like a real estate agent that you want to work with in your market and send that to them for free, just to start the relationship, get it going. So when Ryan told me that, yeah, you can just send out this email to get the conversation rolling, and then they start, reaching out to you. That's what initially got me excited about this. I honestly didn't know there was all these other ones that you guys are able to do. So that's just a bonus. But Robert Westberg, thank you so much. I see you. Gabrielle, thank you for jumping on board. This is awesome. Kat, you lost us. Okay, we're back. Okay, I got you. Thank you very much. Got to go. Look forward to going. Lynn, no, thank you for jumping on board with us. We really appreciate it. So we are coming down to about 7.5 minutes. Is there anybody else that has any other questions? Is there anybody on the fence that needs something, something answered? Just let us know. We got Brandon on here, the guy that actually created this stuff. So let's take advantage of it in a positive way, of course, and get all your questions answered real quick. What else do you guys have? Okay, no. So Deborah's saying, so the $1,000 includes a Facebook budget. Well, Deborah, Brandon was saying a little bit ago is if you want to make $1,000, but the ad spend is going to be $300, you're going to charge the client $1,300. Okay. So, but you're saying you usually have them pay Facebook directly. You can do that as well. So then you would just say, okay, if you want to make the $1,000, you would make the $1,000 and then you would run the ads with them paying the Facebook. That's fine as well. Okay, let's see here, all kinds of stuff. This is a no-brainer. Robert says you have to go. Look forward to the bonuses. You got it, Brian. Can you explain the ad reel videos? Are they generic videos? Or
I'll show you if you want.
Yeah, show us, please. Absolutely.
So if we go over to AdReel, I'll just go to the dashboard. I'll go on create video. So there's lots of different types. So if let's say I go to, doodle videos. So like here are like these handwriting ones are really good for retargeting. So if I just I'll play one of these so you can see. All right, I know it lags a bit with GoToWebinar, but these are kind of like generic videos for ads, or we have certain e-commerce ones like this whiteboard one. You can add your product in here. There's, you know, all the templates. We've got 150 different types. Now, the ones for the local businesses, there's 3 different animations. So one is where the offer is just on here. One is where I think it's the offer text that's animated, and one is where the button's animated. So for example, here are 3 for storage unit places. So here's one. And again, these are what you would use for the free trials, or if you was charge it, you know, if the client just wanted to pay $500 for a video, let's say. Okay, here's a different one. And you can change out the video background in the back. You know, you can put your own images or your own, you know, videos in the background. Okay, now what we're going to be doing at the end of this month, so the beginning of June, is these are all ones that we've got in here, you know, that we put in there quickly and easily so people can get started straight away. We actually got more advanced, different types of video animations that are coming in, more like some of the other ones that we've got inside of here. But when you actually get access to AdReel, you don't just get these, you know, local video templates like I'm showing you right now. You get access to all the others as well. And this is a funny one. So this person right here in the middle, this is what Jamie looked like on the pirate ship after a few drinks over here.
Oh my goodness.
We've just this is one of the air conditioning and heating ads that we used. But yeah, you should have seen him. We was having a good time. Hey.
DJRP. Yeah, so that's pretty funny. So Neville is asking something here in regards to, he's on the fence and GDPR is a worry. Do either of you have any sort of thing to say about that in regards to some of the other methods that they could use other than email?
Yeah, they can Facebook message them. They can call them on the phone. Just use anything but email. You can use the contact form on their actual website, so you don't need to send a direct email to them. A lot of the emails we do are just forms on their website, which is, from my understanding of the GDPR, is totally fine. So that's what I would recommend.
He actually, Neville is in fantastic. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you know, are there any other ways to advertise other than Facebook? Yeah. Have you ever expanded outside of Facebook with this method, or is this Local Video Academy is Facebook centric?
Yeah, it's right now it's Facebook centric. We've been doing Local Video Academy for a few years, and it's evolved over the years to kind of go with the trends. We started with YouTube ranking, and that's what we did, and then it evolved over to Facebook ads because it's a lot easier. And I'm sure as YouTube ads start to develop and we upgrade Local Video Academy to another version, we'll probably incorporate that right now. But right now, Facebook ads is all you need to do to bring the results and make, you know, really good money. So right now I'm like, I don't want to or need to make the business more complicated than it needs to be. I'm all about keeping things simple, you know, doing what works, and then upgrading and looking at different options as we go. So right now in the training, it's all pretty much Facebook.
Makes total sense. And my buddy Detlev's on here, says GDPR in Germany, I'm going to send out postcards. Makes total sense. I got you, Detlev. You know, have you ever, it's a good question here, Brandon. Have you ever ran video view ads in your local market to generate leads of people that want to work with you?
Yep, that's one of the methods that we have in the area or in the program. But one of the things I do is remember, we want to go after certain niches. So you can totally do it. And we've worked with people, and it works so well where you will actually be known as, like, people will recognize you on the street if you have your stuff done the right way, if you do your own marketing videos and content. But remember, it's not always about, maybe when you're first starting out, you could go after any business in your local area, but really the thing you want to do is niche down to a certain niche, and then you can run your own content on Facebook going after that one niche, because that's really the key here for scalability, is figure out what niches you're going after and stick within those niches.
Gotcha.
But
now,
yeah, you can totally run content.
Yeah, this is a personal one for me. I'm really big in the real estate niche. Have you found, or have you had people that have gone through your course that have had pretty good success working with brokers and agents?
Yeah, the thing is, and we used to work with a lot of them as well. The thing is, it's a little different because real estate is not direct response. It's not like someone's going to see an ad and it's like, oh, I guess I'll go sell my home today, right? Like it's a process that they think about for a while. So with real estate, it's a little different where you have to have your lead magnets that attract the buyers and the sellers or people that are thinking about it. So like home valuations, buyer seller guides, things like that. And then that's actually going to put them into an email sequence. And then once they opt in for those things, you have your agent actually do more content, which is like how to type stuff, how to sell your home faster, or how to get more value, or how to find the right home. And you just drip it to those people who opted in for the guide for a month and a half, and then you follow up with more of like call ads. So it's a different sequence because the buying process and bringing on a client is such a drawn out process, but it works. It works really well. It's just not as direct response as like a yoga studio, right? Like someone could not even think about yoga, see the ad, think it's a great deal, opt in and go become a customer. It doesn't really happen in real estate. So it's a little bit of more of a drawn out process, but it works like hotcakes when you have it dialed in.
Gotcha. Okay. And Kimberly on here saying, and you don't have to go through a whole list, but give me one or two niches that you feel, guys, you probably don't want to go after these ones.
Don't go after?
Right.
Okay. Low end things like coffee shops where they sell very low item things. Like I was gonna say hot dog, but I meant pizza. Like pizza parlors are usually not all that great. It's really just anything with a really low end thing. But a lot of people will go into businesses like coffee shops or these little like food things. Like restaurants could be good, but because they sell things like dinners could be $50 to $100 and you can make that work. But when you're selling things like $5 coffees or $20 pizzas, it's a really difficult business to go in. Much easier to find the businesses where the customer value is worth at least $1,000. So much easier.
Gotcha. And like a pest control, I don't even know what pest control charges, but I would imagine that's a monthly recurring fee to businesses. So pest control might be all right, right?
Yeah, pest control would be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Anton, thank you. Karen, thank you. Man, this is amazing how many people are getting in on this. And honestly, I'm going to be in that group as well, playing around, asking questions. And as you guys are in there in the Facebook group, asking questions to Brandon and Ryan and the alumni people, I'm excited to see what's going on with all of you guys with this and the success you're going to have. And what's great about it is, with Dropbox and all of our tools that we have, you're going to be able to, and I like to do this, once you bring a customer on, you're going to be able to bring other things to the table. So let me ask you this, Brandon. You have this client and you're running these ads for them. You're bringing in new leads. Do you offer them other services as well now that they're your client? Are there other things that you have in your arsenal that you offer them then?
It's a good question. And we used to do that. We used to do things like build out a website for them. Because what happens is when you get in with these people and you're like producing content for them and you're running their ads, they tend to just group you in as like, oh, this is the person who handles all of my tech. So they're like, anytime they have any technical problem or social media stuff, you can always upsell it if you want to. But I just what we've done now is we just subcontract it out. Like I'll just refer it and I have these partners who know how to do it, and then we'll just get like a commission. And that's what I would recommend for everyone, because then your business starts getting so complex. Like then you're looking at like posting on social media and figuring out how to create social media content, or like how to, managing a website project. For me, like I said earlier, it's all about being simple. And I feel like you can scale a lot faster when you keep things simple. But yeah, you definitely will get the opportunity to add on more things if you want to. And, sometimes they'll hit you up and they'll want a $5,000 website. And you know what? I'll sell it to them if they ask me for it. But, my business model isn't around that, but it definitely does come up for sure. And you have the opportunity for that if you decide to go down that road.
Love it. Love it. Love it. How about travel agents and tourism? You think that is pretty decent as well for this?
That's a good one. I've never actually, I'm just gonna say I don't know because I've never done one for that niche, but I would imagine it would be a good one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's quite expensive. it cost me an arm and a leg to get over there to Venice.
Yeah. Yeah. I would imagine it would be a good one. What I really like to do, and I think what makes this really good, like if you really want to scale this up, is look at the ones that can be as most direct response as possible. Meaning like they see an ad, they opt in and they take action on it, which I would imagine would be travel, but I feel like there would be a little bit of a buffer period where they're kind of looking around and things like that. So my sweet spot personally is always, things like dentist, chiropractors, yoga studios, storage units. Those are the ones that people usually will see it and then they'll kind of take action on it. And restaurants are really good for direct response as well. Like as long as they're higher, a little bit of a higher end, those ones work really well also.
Okay, so this is good. So Ryan, I know you said you had some guests and everything coming over. Is there anything else we need to go over here? Does anybody else have any other questions? Or Ryan, what's your take here? Do we want to go ahead and close this thing out? Or I don't want, if anybody has any questions, I don't want them leaving without their questions being answered, but I know you're short on time.
Yeah, so for me, do you know when I said that and put the timer on, I'm thinking, I'm doing a webinar, but it's on your GoToWebinar account. So it's not, when I go, you and Brandon can stay on if there's more questions. I just have to be gone for 1/2 in 9 minutes, but you and Brandon can stay on. All I'll say, guys, before I shoot is when you get into the Local Video Academy members area, make sure to watch the welcome video. Now, the welcome video, it's a bit like a ghetto video, because like I said, we're going to re-record this as a professional one. This is where I'm standing right now, actually. But we're going to re-record a professional one over the next couple of days when we start the paid traffic. But underneath this welcome video is where all of the stuff is: access to the mastermind group, where to get the AdReel software, anything or challenges with billing or support. So make sure you watch that first welcome video before you go through the quick start guide. Okay, guys, that's all I would say to finish off. I think Desmond said, I'm a Local Video Academy 2.0 customer. When and how will I get access to this? Yeah, Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but as a 2.0 customer, Desmond, you get a free upgrade to this because we're cool like that. And same with everyone else who's invested in this, in yourself and in this course now. When we add extra stuff to this, you guys are going to get free upgrades for everything as well. The free templates, any extra methods, all the extra alumni coaches that are coming on. You guys are going to get access to all that at no extra cost as well.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've bought Local Video Academy in the past, because I mean, we've been doing this for 3 years and constantly upgrading it, just send an email to support@soldwithvideo.com and we'll make sure you get access to the 3.0. And anyone who's on the fence about buying, remember, this is not an annual membership. This is a one-time payment and you're going to get lifetime access. So when we come out with Local Video Academy 4.0, and we talked about possibly doing YouTube ads in the future, you're going to get access to all of that as well. So yeah, members for life. That's how we roll.
That's how they roll. I love it. Let me just send this over to you real quick, Ryan. Just wanted to see if you wanted to mention anything about that. And then let's see here. Have now got second. Okay, Peter, gotcha.
Yeah, so guys, real quick as well. This is the actual bonus that you're going to be getting onto. I was sharing this with. Let me see if I can. Give you a sneak peek. I was sharing this with Jamie when we was in Venice, which is really like my best work. So this is the Entrepreneur Academy. So what the Entrepreneur Academy is, this is the course that you're going to get. It's this is what everyone's going to get for picking up. It's inside of LVA 3, but also this is a bonus. So it's the mindset and mechanics of creating your online business, because one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is not really the strategies or the tactics, the implementation stuff, but it's them as an entrepreneur and learning to implement the strategies and the tactics from a higher level. And that's been one of my biggest passions over the last decade or so. Jamie mentioned it. He wanted me to mention it to you guys, but it's probably one of the best resources you're ever going to get to be able to implement the tactics and the strategies you're going to learn in Local Video Academy to go out and create success for yourself. Because one of the main things, and Jamie and Brandon, let me know what you think, but the only difference what I see between you guys and us is we got out the stands and swung the bat. We're not smarter than you. We have the same basic IQ, if not less. We're in the same circumstances, but the difference is we got out of the chair, and that's going to be our invitation to you throughout this training and on this webinar. If you've not got into LVA right now, and you're in a position where you want to have an online business, you want to change your lifestyle, you want to increase your income, this literally is the best option that you have to do it right now. The other option that I say is secondary to local agency work is e-commerce, because with e-commerce there's a massive outlay and a lot of work that you have to do to start with, and a lot of money that you're going to go into the red a lot before you actually start making a good ROI. Local agency consulting using Brandon's method, Local Video Academy, is the quickest, the easiest, and the most straightforward way to build a real business that's going to withstand the test of time, where you can have the recurring element in to move forwards with into your future and to increase your income as well. So anyone that is, not sure, remember we got a 32-day action-based guarantee. Always say, try out the methods, put in the minimum effort, ask for help in the group. And like I said, we have no intention of keeping anyone's money who has an honest go at this and it doesn't work for them. We have no intention, or we don't need the money for this. This is stuff that we do to put goodwill out into the marketplace. It's what we do to add products out into the marketplace. And if we couldn't come together, Brandon, myself, and using Jamie as a vessel to share this, if we didn't think we had the best course in the world, we wouldn't put something out there. And we truly believe that this is the best local agency and local consulting course with the most testimonials and the best resources and help that's going to help you achieve your goals. And hand on our heart, that's what we believe 110%. I think that's probably the only reason why Jamie invited us on, to share it with you guys. So I know he cares about you guys a lot as well.
Well, let me just, I know you have 4 minutes, so I want you to, you didn't do Entrepreneur Academy the justice that it deserves, man. So I was talking to Ryan, and I was actually in his partner, Chris, and Chris was telling me what time he gets up and how he goes into focus mode and starts working, and how upset he gets that Ryan spends 2 hours every morning going into stuff. And I want you to talk about that a second, Ryan, because this Entrepreneur Academy that you're getting as a bonus, this is what Ryan does every day of his life. And you guys know me, I love this stuff. This is what I love all about positive affirmations and reading and filling your brain with the good stuff constantly on an ongoing basis, doing good in your community by saying hi to people in their eyes. And Ryan was sharing with me what he does in the mornings. And Ryan, I want you to touch on that real quick, because this is his life. He's got 2 different mentors. He's got Alex Becker teaching him, how to do this stuff on a higher level. And your other mentor that you spend $50,000 a year on. This isn't just pie in the sky entrepreneur stuff. This is legit Ryan doing it. So just share with them a little bit about your 2 hours in the morning of what you do to get your day rolling, man, because I think it's important that they understand that what you're giving them with this Entrepreneur Academy is huge.
Yeah, sure. And thanks for that, Jamie. I think Jim Rohn said it best. So Jim Rohn's Tony Robbins' original mentor, and Jim Rohn said, if I get this quote right, so don't actually quote me on this, but I think it was something like, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development, because success is something that you attract by the person you become. And it's a beautiful quote, and I 100% buy into that. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person that you become. And it's never about, I've worked and coached and been coached with some of the people at a grassroots level, or the best people in the industry. And the difference that always makes a difference isn't the strategy and the tactics. Like I said, it's the psychology, it's the inner world. The outer world is a reflection of the inner world. If you don't have the inner world right, then the outer world success isn't gonna materialize into reality. So yeah, there's a funny story we was having over. I think it was that horrible Chinese that we had on the last night. Chris, who's my business partner, he's heads our development team. He gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, starts work on the apps straight away. What I do might share some value. I think winning the day is getting up and giving time to yourself and being grateful for what you got and moving forward. So first thing that I do is some rebounding, get my cells pumped up and working. After that, I have a pint of water. I go for a walk to activate my circadian rhythm or circadian rhythm, depending on how you pronounce it. Go to the gym, come back, meditate. I do passive meditation to clear the mind, active meditation to get myself in a high vibrational state to use, not, I don't like using the word the law of attraction, but more the science of manifestation. Where what I learned from my mentor Pete is, how to make circumstances, events, and people come into your life at the right time using a scientific method. Is actually what I used to get Brandon to partner with us on this project. and Brandon will tell you, this project meshed together at the perfect right time, which it always does. And then I do an hour of study and then move forwards from there. But guys, with that said, the Entrepreneur Academy isn't just about spending 100 hours a day doing that kind of stuff. Like, it's different for different people, but it's really about you becoming the entrepreneur that's going to go out there and create the success for you. Because I guarantee, any course that you get, you do need to get the right course. You have to have the ladder against the right wall that you're going to climb up off. You do need to show up and take action. That's important. But what's more important is becoming the person that is going to be able to implement those business strategies from that high level. The CEO or the business owner always steers the ship. And that's the main thing that you want to work on. And that's one of the things that we're going to be giving you for this as well. And like I said, guys, we got a little bit over the time. It was 1 minute past and my friends just got here. So Jamie, what I'm going to do, if it's okay with you, I'm going to hand this back over to you. I'm just going to mute myself out. If you and Brandon have any more things to say or any more questions to answer. Before I go, I just want to say thanks, Jamie, for letting us share this with your audience. All the guys that are still on here, we've still got like 134 people on live, which is incredible. You've been a great audience, if you want to call it that. Lots of interaction in the chat box. We've had a ton of people jump into Local Video Academy, and it's been our absolute pleasure. I'm sure I can speak for Brandon as well, for you allowing us to share this with your guys. We can't wait to help you guys over the next 30, 60, 90 days to see you grow, see you develop and build the business that we're going to help you with the Local Video Academy. So again, Jamie, with that said, thank you so much, and I'll catch up with you guys real soon.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and just real quick, everybody, give us 777 in the chat box as a thank you for Ryan to come on out and actually give Entrepreneur Academy to you guys for absolutely nothing, as a bonus, just for jumping on board. I truly believe in that stuff as well. Everybody, 777, I love it. Bob, Don, Rod, Sherry, Danny, Detlev, Bob, I love it. Phil, Dora, this is awesome. So let's go ahead and it's been awesome. I know, Kat, I love it. That's why, listen, when he mentioned this to me and he said how they were doing it, and they were going to sell it for $2,000 and they were going to do it through, running ads and sending people through a funnel, everything like that. I'm like, please just do it for my audience. I have action takers that will chew on this and really go out there and make it. And that's what I want for you guys. I really want each and every one of you that have jumped on board here or thinking about jumping on board to jump in, get into that training, and don't think about it. Just do what they're teaching you. Okay, that's the key. Don't allow your brain to start telling you, well, you should wait till next week, or, oh, this is coming up, or this is happening, or the kid is graduating next week, we should wait until after graduation. No, get in there. Don't think about it. Whatever they say to do, just do that. So who's committed to doing that? Give me another 777 in the chat box if you're committed to making this thing happen. Come on, let me see it. I want everybody in here. I want you guys just doing it. I got you, Cynthia, David, Danny, Gerald. Yes, you do. Peter, Detlev, I love it. Kat says, I'm now working 12-hour overnight shifts 4 nights a week, but I can be on the internet. I'm starting this training tonight. That's what I'm saying, Kat. Just do it. Darnell, you got it. Avi, fantastic. So let's go ahead and close this out. Brandon, do you have anything else you want to add real quick, or just, to end this out?
Yeah, I just want to say, there follow the process that's in there. The process just works. Over time, as you guys get better and better and better at this, you can start to tweak it, optimize it. You'll find your own little niche. And when you guys can do that and you can scale it, I mean, we're talking, this isn't just a hobby. This isn't just like something for side income to replace your job. This is an actual real business if you want it to be. I have an actual office. We have a studio. I have employees. We're running this and doing it, and you guys can do the same thing. All you got to do is just follow the steps because it just freaking works. And the last thing is I completely resonate with what Ryan's saying. If you guys want to get to a certain level, whether it be 6 figures, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, you got to make the decisions that those people make the decisions and make the choices and think and take actions like a 7-figure entrepreneur does before you become a 7-figure entrepreneur, because that's the thing that's going to cause you to get there. And so thank you guys for listening and having me with you today. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Brandon, thank you so much, man. I can't tell you. Just, I love this. I love what you're doing. I love what you're teaching. It makes total sense for our customers here, my friends. Literally, I mean, so many of these people, I adore them so much. I care for them. And the fact of what you guys have put together. And when I thought it was 64, but 66 pages of testimonials of people that are actually just following exactly what you have taught and are having success with it. That means so much to me to have our customers and my friends to be able to implement that as well. And guys, I want to know what you're up to with this. I want to keep in touch. Those of you that are on board with this, please, I'm going to double check all this stuff, and I'll set up a specific email where I can communicate with all of you so we can stay in touch on this. I'm going to try to hold you guys as accountable as I can, because this works, okay? And this is game-changing, life-changing, business-changing information, a course that's going to take you to a whole nother level for you and your family. And I know that's what you guys are doing. I know that's your goals. And we've been at this long enough together that we can hold each other accountable. So I'm going to do that. If you guys are okay with that, give me a 777 in the chat box. If you guys are okay with me creating a special little emailing area inside of our intercom system where I'll communicate with you guys and just ask you where you're at and what's going on. If you have any questions outside of what you're going to be doing in the Facebook group, I personally want to know that you guys are implementing this stuff. Are you guys cool with that? Yeah, I love it. Okay, perfect. All right, Kat, Peter, Ron, Duval, Sherry, Nina, Danny, David, and perfect. I love it. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I look forward to hearing about all your successes, and I'll see you guys on the next webinar. Take care, everyone.